Oh, what's that? Internet! What's up, Internet? Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday to my man Corey over there. How you doing?
Doing well.
He's doing well. He's doing well, which is fantastic. I'm glad to hear it. Happy Friday to you, Jimmy. How you doing?
Happy Friday.
He says happy Friday to y'all. He's wearing his Happy Friday Hawaiian shirt.
Oh, yeah. You guys want to see that?
Now you're showing off the pecs? Dang, Jimmy. Dang.
Oh, you want to see some?
Welcome to the gun show. Luckily, admission was free.
Next time it's $1 a pack.
Next time it's $1.
Peck, huh?
Ooh. Then it'll be $1.
I don't know if I can afford $3.
Yeah, $4.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good to see everybody. Hopefully everyone's having a fantastic Friday out there. I know ours is going pretty well. Got a little drywall dust in my eye, so if I start doing something weird like this, well, that's what that's all about, and I wouldn't worry about it too much because I'm going to be okay. It's just gypsum. No worries, right? Right, Govna?
I would
All right.
say no worries. My Twitch is just from spending money.
Yeah. A lot of Amazon boxes came today, my man.
A lot.
Amazonian boxes.
Studio equipment arriving in mass.
En masse.
Yes.
Yes. Not a bad thing.
No.
Definitely a good
Jimmy's
thing.
going to be working on it right now, building the next computer, and we got mic stands, and we got equipment for days, bros.
We got some equipments for days.
Yeah,
Mic
actually, he's
stands.
leaving now, apparently.
What's that?
Are you leaving? He's leaving us.
We'll see you later, bro.
It was nice knowing you, Jimmy.
We gonna hang
How
out?
long's the flight back to Ohio?
8 hours.
Oh,
I don't think we need anything. I think we're good, man. Yes.
all right. Well, let's check out who's first to the chat as we say goodbye to Jimmy. He's gonna go out and ramble around out in the streets or something, the mean streets
Yeah.
of Edmonds.
If he's listening right now, he's going to bring in the recycling bins.
Dang it.
Yeah, he was listening. That's you, Jimmy.
Dang it. Yeah. Let's check out who was first to the chat. Oh, Jimmy was cheating, and he used my account. He said I was first to the chat, but I'm not first to the chat. Let's see. Candy Overhauls was first.
Booyah.
Candy Overhauls first today, followed by Admiral Blackbeard, Dank Tanks, The Turtle Girl, Sarah Kanopko, Jim Meeker. What's up, my man? Mellow Moogle is here. Good to see you. Look at that new blue wrench there. Look at that. Moderation style, right? Ooh.
Yes.
I don't know if anybody noticed that earlier in the week. We had some new moderators
noticed
to
it.
the team. What's that?
I noticed it.
You noticed it?
'Cause I was on the show.
I think you were here for that one.
Yeah, I think I gave a lot of them out.
I think that
because
was the Monday.
I kept screwing it up.
That was the Monday show.
Mhm.
Yeah, Monday show.
Seems like so long ago.
But today's Friday, and it seems like so long ago. Seems like eons ago,
Mm-hmm.
right? But that was only Monday.
Oh, show.
You could still watch that one and be contextual,
Can you?
right? I think.
I
if
bet
you watch
could,
the
I bet
Monday
you could
show,
listen to that one and this one at the same time.
if you
you
watch
guys
the
should
Monday
try.
show, you wouldn't be that far off,
Yeah.
right? But for us, it feels like
A lot in my life has happened since Monday.
so many Star
I
Wars
mean, like,
ago.
not anything bad, just I don't know. I have a feeling. I feel like to my friends and people around me, I live 3 of their lives every day. Like, oh, you went to work and came home. Oh, and then you had dinner. Whoa. All right.
I definitely feel that way. I feel that way
You should be in the
myself.
same boat at
Yeah,
this point.
where I'm like, I don't even know what happened. Was today 3 days? I think 3 days went by.
I slept and I got back into drywall mode.
He
I'm
slept.
saying you did. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously
yeah.
I didn't.
Well,
I just crack whips.
it's like one of those things where you're like, I'm not really sure. A whole bunch of stuff happened. I find that to be like pretty common for me, that like so many things normally happen for me in a day that like, you know, people are like, oh, that was like a week ago, and I'm like, really? It feels like a couple months at
I can't
least.
surmise what I do. like my wife's always like, so what'd you do today? I don't know. There's like so much stuff that went down that you'd probably glaze over if you heard it, because you'd be like, that sounds boring. And then it's like, well, you know, for an hour and a half, I had to figure out the bug on the website. Figured that out. Talked to tech support 6 different times. Turns out they're wrong. And then I did all these things. And then, you know, I ordered from 7 different places. And then I, you know, checked on that thing and did that and did that. And so, no, it really looks like I did nothing.
Moved
But
a
if no
turtle?
one does that,
Did you move a turtle?
did I move a turtle today? Yesterday?
No. But have you? You have.
Have I moved a turtle?
Yeah, you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying.
Yes.
You move a turtle around?
Yeah.
Hey, man, you're going the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Go that way,
Uh-huh.
Mr. Turtle Man. Right?
Even today, I couldn't buy parts without going to Lowe's, and then an electrical warehouse that also happened to not really have what we needed.
Bizarrely. In a very bizarre fashion. I also had a very interesting phone call with a fella from the
We were
hardware
also
store.
so then we were trying to get help from Home Depot, which
Mhm.
I'm just saying,
Customer service is not on point today.
not today. No.
Hopefully our customer service is on point and you guys are happy with our performance.
What do you need, Jimmy? Keys?
Keys over there?
I don't know, man.
I'm sorry.
I don't see
I'm
any
sorry.
keys.
What happened? Keys? These ones?
No, those ones are mine.
Oh, those are
Those are the wrong ones.
I don't know.
Jimmy
haven't
lost
seen
his
them.
keys, folks.
in a few days.
Let's do this though. The word of the day.
Word of the day?
Rob Dings.
Yes. What does that word mean?
What is that word? Broad?
Broad
It's like
dinganagin.
Triumphant. Or big or something. Oh, it's over here.
Brodignian? Is that what it is?
Yeah, Brodignian, I think.
Brogdi-
Marked by tremendous size. Walk in the sculpture park with its statues of Brodignian proportions can make a visitor feel like an insect.
You have to use that word today.
I do? No, I don't.
I want to know,
Oh.
is it
I'm
always...
gonna politely refuse.
I want to know if that word is always capitalized. Here in the sentence, it's capitalized again.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's just to emphasize that's the word we're learning.
What's the origin?
It doesn't. I mean, on the back, it's
What
got a
does it
whole
say?
like, "Do you know?"
What does it say? Is it a person, place, or thing? What do you got?
Doesn't. Adjective.
Adjective. Okay, so it's just descriptive.
Yep.
All right.
But it says, "Did you know?" In Jonathan Swift's novel Gulliver's Travels, Brogdin. I can't even say that word. Brogdinen is the name of a land that is populated of a race of human giants as tall as the ordinary spire steeple.
And
The
those
more you know.
those were Brodignian.
Brodignians.
Okay,
I mean, I'm assuming they're Brodignians.
that must be what it is.
They're giants.
They must be described as big as the Brodignians,
Wait, what
right?
is this? Saturday and Sunday's a whole. Oh, they put it into one sheet. Yeah, they had to. They wanted to cut costs. You know, that extra piece of paper on the weekend. Woo!
Hey, buddy,
Give me the keys!
give me the car keys.
I couldn't say the rest of it.
Yeah, I can't see the rest of it. It's too crass. But if you've ever seen The Usual Suspects, you know what we're talking about. And the best performance out of that was clearly Benicio del Toro's.
Yeah.
His is the best.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't even speak English.
Give me the car keys. Give me car keys. Sounds like he's eating like. Sounds like he's got like a whole baguette in his mouth or something. You know what I mean? The whole movie. Like, what's with this guy? All right. So where are we? What were we doing? What were we talking about?
I
Usual
interjected
Suspects.
with the word of the day.
Movie talk. Well, I guess it's Friday. And word of the day.
I think we're gonna do word of the day every day.
Word of
now.
the day.
This
Brodignian.
is my wife. My wife was like, "I want to get you this, and you can use it on the show."
Oh, okay. We could run through that. Why not?
We got at least like 330
Something
some odd days, probably of awesome.
of Brodignian proportion.
Oh, I see what you did.
I concur. I was looking
Alright.
for like another word of like agreement, but
Yeah. All right.
No,
It feels
it's-
good, right? It feels good. All right. Well, glad to see a lot of people here. Daryl Dimer. Oh, Nick K's here. Oh, Sky Stara. Wushu. Jimmy Brown. Lumpy Dog. John Mendez. Pele Trelle. I always say your name wrong. Sorry, I'm not French. I'm trying. I really got to like look that one up someday. Manny Carolio. What's up? Rob Hicks Aquariums. How you doing? Wonderful World. Eve Daigle. Oh. Making it early for once. Oh, Eddie West, what's up? Haven't seen you in a long time. Prestige Worldwide Aquatics. Prestige Worldwide.
where's that at? Last time I heard you say that, I never see it.
Right there.
I'm
right
looking
next to
for it.
Kyle Paith. Morgan Newby, the Turtle Girl, Famous Jones, Sharon Gregory, Sean Nebula, what's going on? JP Hoar, where's the meow? It'll come. The meow will come. You have to
don't get
wait.
any subscribers today.
Priscilla MK is here. Oddball Aquatics, good to see you. If I missed anybody, it's not your fault. It's my fault. Oh, there's Mary Beth Mabe. How you doing? And Famous Jones, Borg Aquatics. And if I missed anybody, it's not my fault. But Pele Trelhe with the super chat of Swedish proportions, right?
Ooh, nice.
The SEKs, right? That's the Swedish something krones, right?
I clicked on the wrong thing.
Super chat action with the admission fee. Thank you very much. Very appreciated. Corey's lost in his phone. He's probably super
I was
chatting
trying
somebody.
to troll myself.
Are you trolling yourself?
I was trying to, and then
Oh.
like it went on to one of your different videos, and it's all going downhill
Oh.
real quick.
Are you trying to technology over there?
I was trying to. I was like, and then the aquarium co-op's in the house, like, but
You got to go easy on trying to
yeah,
technology, man. It gets
the
real
gears
tough.
started binding up.
You could pull a thumb. You can
Yow.
sprain a thumb.
Meow.
You don't want to sprain your thumb, bruh. That'd be
right.
This would be a rough day. It's
Apparently, my
hard to,
phone.
it's hard to technology.
I typed yow, but my phone
typed
auto-corrected to grow.
Auto-corrected to grow.
Technology's destroying me today. I give up.
Right.
There will be no more technology for me.
Grow. There you go.
Oh, Sky Astara has the pronunciation of that word we were just saying, and it does
Nope.
not look anything like what we were saying.
Where'd it go?
It's like right near the
Pronunciation
bottom.
key via Google. Bradding
Roads.
Nagion.
Yeah, that only looks harder to say now.
Brabding Nagion. I don't know. That sounds like a stupid word. I don't ever want to say it ever again.
I brognid. I can, now that we've screwed
Uh-oh.
it up, I can't even say
Why
it
did
anymore.
Shining Asterisk?
What's that?
They retracted their message. What happened?
I don't know.
Oh, message retracted. I think she was saying hi. Or
What are you
Shining,
gonna do?
whoever was that was saying hi, that they're your subscriber.
Oh, and then I just. Oh, well, hello.
But they retracted it.
But it's
I don't
back
know.
now.
They retracted it themselves.
It's back now.
Is it back now?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Hello.
Okay, good. I was
Shining.
worried.
The Shining.
The Shining.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a good movie. Oh, actually, speaking of The Shining, oh my God, I'm excited.
Really?
Vicky, I think, Victoria sent me, Vicky Toria herself,
Yeah.
in the flesh, sent me, I don't know, what do you call it? Some, okay.
A text message?
It wasn't a text, and it wasn't a this. It was like, what do you call that one? It's like,
Like a Snapchat?
no, it's like when it's an email, but it's like interwoven with like other,
A group text?
not a group text. It's an email, but it's like an enhanced email, whatever that's called, with like hot links and like a video in it and stuff like that. I don't know.
Like
She does
like
it.
An HTML based.
I'm an idiot, so I don't know how to do it. I just get to open it and go like, oh, cool. It's got all this like cool stuff
All
in
right.
it.
How about you describe the experience?
I think I just did. It was very
So
exciting.
you open it and cool stuff
And
happened.
cool stuff happened, bro.
All right.
There was like lights. There was a laser show.
Okay.
I had a seizure, I think, at some point. But either way, it's related to The Shining. I think she found tickets to go to the hotel where The Shining was shot.
Oh.
And it's actually not
Where is that?
far.
Like Massachusetts or something?
No, it's in Colorado.
Hmm.
Like we could go there.
Makes sense because it was wicked
It's
snow.
road
They
trip.
probably needed all that snow
It's
for
it's
it, right?
road trippable, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
Makes sense. They had to have all that snow.
right.
Yeah.
I thought it was shot in like Switzerland or something. You know what I mean? I thought it was like we're in the Swiss Alps,
I don't know.
somewhere crazy like that, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Turns out it was shot in Colorado, and I'm like,
And you're all
oh my
about
God,
it,
you can
apparently.
go to that hotel. It's operational. Like you can just go there. You can like stay in one of the rooms.
Do they have like the
I feel like
door-
I'm 3 years old right now because I'm like, oh my
Yes.
God, you can actually go there? And there's probably like a whole bunch of people like, yeah.
It's probably
like
going to be
a
like when me
building,
and Jimmy went
bro.
to Fargo. And I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, there it is, man.
It literally, well, Fargo,
I mean, he got to see the wood chipper and everything.
there is no excitement about going to Fargo
I'm
other
not-
than the
I'm-
TV or other than either the TV show or the movie,
Right.
but there's nothing exciting about those movies, right?
I
Or
mean,
the TV show.
Colorado's kind of the same way, except Greg Sage lives there. In Denver.
In Denver.
Colorado.
Colorado was a lot of fun when we were there. We had fun.
I've only ever been there.
Not you and I. You and I weren't there, but Vicky and I were there. We
In our
had fun.
dreams, I've been there with you.
What's that?
In my dreams, I've been there with you.
I got a haircut there.
With me? In my
What?
dream?
No, like in real life. Like it actually happened.
All right.
Hey, man, it happened. I was there. Or maybe I wasn't. Maybe I was actually...
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I was actually a ghost from the past and I was stuck in Colorado. And they're
Here's
like,
what everyone
you've
wants
been
to
here.
know.
You've been here forever.
Here's what I want to know.
What?
And I'm. It's what I want to know, but I'm pretending like everyone else wants to know.
Mm.
Do they still have like the door that's like chopped down by the axe and stuff, or is it just like a totally normal hotel? Or are they like, look at that one, that's where it was shot, right there. They went through the door. Type
I
of
don't know. I don't know about that portion.
Because
But
I feel
I
like
will
if it
say
doesn't
this,
have that, I'm gonna be severely
Just from like
disappointed.
the little tour thing, like it looks just cool to go
Yeah.
there. Like it just looks like whoa, that place is cool.
Did Vicky get me my own single bed or what?
I think there's multiple rooms in it. It looks pretty big, actually. You don't need to. You don't have to stay in a cot.
Oh, okay.
I'm
But,
saying.
but you are
well, here's
saying
my
I'm
point.
invited though.
Here's
I like
my
that.
point. Yeah, that it is definitely road trippable, right?
Mhm.
Because like, let's say we went down to like Northern California or something, and we did like a fish thing or something, and then we
Yeah, it's
went,
on that loop.
and then we went looped over to Colorado, right?
Colorado.
Colorado,
It's like the Silverado trucks.
Rudo.
Colorado.
right?
Mhm.
Colorado,
Mm-hmm.
right? We go over there, and then yeah, and then like I don't know, go somewhere else after that. Like drive through Wyoming, which
Greg
is kind of
Sage's
one of my
fish room.
favorite things. Is Greg Sage in Wyoming or where?
No, but he's in Colorado.
He's in Colorado, Denver. That's right.
Yeah. Priscilla's there too, I think. Priscilla MK?
I think there's like more than one person in Colorado.
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like New Zealand. There's only one.
Rough guesstimate.
You're way off.
One? Am I way off?
Yeah.
Is it two?
No, it's one. God, we just remember
What?
this.
54 Punchy with the super chat. Moving the daughter today. Stopped in to watch the show. Oh, moving the daughter. Oh wait, does that mean that there's the empty room coming up?
Yeah. This is why I can't have kids. I will never help someone move.
Oh no, that means that, remember the empty room for the fish
No, I
room?
understand.
Yeah, fish
Carpet.
room.
Carpet. It's not
Carpet.
a fish room. New
Carpet.
carpet.
Yes,
New
we're gonna
carpet.
open it up and get a little carpet. We're gonna bring in a
Yeah.
little natural light.
That way, when you're done destroying the room with your fish room, you know how much the carpet's going to be in 6 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not wasted work.
Yes.
So.
All right. Lauren Klinger. Yeah, Lauren Klinger says to give me my own subscriber counter, but have it make a Raven call whenever it gets a subscriber.
That's a good point. I don't know if I can change what it does.
Can you change the sound?
I'm gonna look while we do this because I know once I hit cat, like I was testing him out and I was like, oh yeah, that thing's really gonna troll Jimmy, and he settled right into it like it was nothing. So, I mean, there might be way cooler stuff. I just knew him like, yeah, the meow. Oh, that's gotta meow, meow. Meow.
Slowly
Meow.
drive him nuts.
I thought so, but I was way wrong.
You were way wrong.
I mean, maybe he is. I just haven't noticed a behavioral change yet.
Behavioral change.
Behavioral change. Let me see if I
Someone, what do. Let's see. Someone was asking, oh wait, where did that go?
Oh, I could have it be money sound.
Oh, you can have it make different sounds. Donald's Fish Vibes, Ed, was asking, was Nightbot fired? I don't have Nightbot on my
Nightbot
channel.
doesn't get to work on your channel.
My
I mean, I could
my
set it
channel
up
is
as your
moderated by humans.
I employ all technology to fight everything.
Yeah, my channel here is whoa. That would drive
It's like
the
I have a
dogs
little.
crazy.
It's like I have a little.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. Like the cat, I thought might set dogs off, but like a knocking at the door, there's 171 people's dogs just yeah.
Going nuts, yeah. Estes, Colorado is where the hotel is. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Peter Thiel liked and tweeted today's video. Please do so. It will help the
Yeah.
Corvus Oshkosh Wild web stream.
Wild Wild Web Stream.
Wild Wild Web Stream. I don't know. I'm tripping over my own mouth today. I probably got so much drywall and insulation in my mouth that it's going to be hard for me to talk.
Here's how you know he was really getting to it today. He put a face mask on. He wasn't messing around.
Hmm?
Although at one point I came over and you were wearing it backwards.
Yes. I like to keep the dust
Protect the
off the
hair.
back of
Yeah.
off the back of my head, which is smart,
Uh-huh.
right? That's some of the smart moves that I like to go for when I'm doing stuff. Boop, 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 boop. Let me check here. Oh, we got some super chats. Oh, I want to talk about some of the stuff that's going on here today. Obviously, my channel is a little bit different than the Real Fish Talk, and I understand everybody's confusion because, Corey and I have been doing a lot of shows together recently, and that's because I've been up here helping
Too
out.
much. We've been sharing underwear.
I've been
It's
up
getting
here
weird.
helping Corey out build out the studio and stuff that is going to be up here for Aquarium Co-op Productions, whatever you want to call it.
I feel like it's got to be something cooler.
Something cooler than
Because
that.
Aquarium Co-op Productions, like maybe that's ACP. It needs to have like a 3-letter acronym that's like, oh man, that sounds either awesome or really bizarre.
Got it.
I want it to be like BAT. Come up with something with BAT so that way it comes in with the bat signal. Like Baltic Avenue Thunderdome Studios.
Thunderdome
Bats.
Studios.
See, and then you're like, oh, bats,
But yeah, the Bat Studios. I don't know, whatever we're calling it. That's what's going on. So I know it's been pretty confusing from people that. We've been on each other's shows so much. The Real Fish Talk, Corey and I will be on together.
Yes.
That is the goal long term. Once the studio's up here and running, I'll be out doing other things or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Like, back to me doing my show solo with the video segments and all that kind of stuff or whatever.
Back to normalcy.
We're going to see what happens, basically.
Yeah.
If I don't know, if we have a groundswell of support, we'll just keep going, doing what we're doing.
Wherever the support is,
whatever.
we'll go.
Yeah. Right?
I mean, there's a half a chance we turn your channel into a chicken channel. The support's strong for the hens. Someone said hen chat earlier. Just
chicken
saying.
chat on a Friday.
Hashtag chicken
Well,
chat.
Either
Chicken
way,
chat.
the quick description that I was jumping into was letting you guys know that my show here is a little bit different than what we normally do. Like, for instance, on the Real Fish Talk.
It'll be
It's-
way different when Real Fish Talks firing.
Yeah, once
Right now, it's like
I'm
it seems
excited.
Similar.
I'm excited because the Real Fish Talk is going to go blasting into the sky, and we're going to have a lot of fun doing it. We'll probably accidentally
Live
light a few.
call-ins, yes.
We're probably going to accidentally light things on fire. Will there be live call-ins? Yes. Will there be guests? Yes. There will be a whole bunch of stuff going on the Real
Will there be
Fish Talk.
peanut butter and cracker eating competitions while reciting the aquarium manual?
Will
Yes.
Will there be how-tos? Yes. Will there be
Yeah.
what is this thing? Yes.
Yes.
Will there be what is that thing?
Will there
Yes.
be the hilarious mail
What-
time that we came up for your channel earlier today?
What
I
is-
hope so.
What is that thing?
This, that.
That'll be on there
and the
too.
thing. This, that, and the
this,
thing.
that, and the other thing. With the other thing.
I think that's our slogan for the show. This, that, and the other thing.
And is this thing stronger than the this that thing?
Yep.
Right.
Will it hammer
the battle
drill?
of
Will it hammer drill? That's
right.
it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Will it stand up to a jackhammer?
Yeah.
Probably. We should probably do that segment live.
No,
'cause-
so this is no joke. Earlier in the week on Tuesday, we were analyzing whether I was going to drop elbow something on video.
That's right.
So that's just a level of might be coming to the Real Fish Talk.
we had too much mud though, and
And we really were like, we actually have to keep building.
we realized that we're like, hey, if we go out here screwing around in the mud, we're gonna be so sidetracked. We're gonna lose all this time of stuff that we need to do. So, we've been. And I don't even think it would have been properly destroyed because of the mud cushioning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the mud cushioning it would
The,
have
the thing
made
that
it
we were
like
going to do, it would have like
Huh.
gashed my elbow open. We'd
you
rush into
landed
the
on it from the
emergency room.
sky and it didn't even
Yeah.
break. What happened? It's like, well, it was on like a mud
Yeah.
bed. What do you call that?
You drop elbowed into like a puddle and it did nothing.
Yeah, mattress
Yeah.
made of mud.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Some people would pay a lot for that kind of good time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Massive.
But we do have a couple of super chats. Let's answer here real quick. On my show, we just answer them when they come in.
Whoa.
Well, we get to them
Whoa.
as soon as we can. We don't want to be totally, what do you mean?
Post
Like,
thought.
Like,
no interjection, bro.
like, what?
Things knows.
What?
Like Macho Man Randy Savage?
What? Yes, like Macho Man Randy Savage.
Randy Savage.
I was trying to think, what was his thing?
Was
His
it-
was,
was it-
yeah!
Oh yeah, but wasn't it like there was a move he did with his hand, I swear, like a
Well, he was always just like, yeah!
Oh yeah.
Yeah! He was always just like all
Yeah.
whipping his hands around like a weirdo.
That's a subscriber. That's gonna troll Jimmy so much.
Oh, that is weird. So I guess I could get a subscriber button and make a bird noise, huh? There's probably a bird noise.
There's a bunch more, but I didn't want to keep running because I thought I was annoying you, so I stopped.
I'm still not even to 10,000 subscribers, so we're exactly on pace for what 8 years in. We're almost to 8,000 subscribers on my channel.
Dude, you're gonna get 8,000 like soon though.
I'm just saying, 8 years,
Yeah.
8,000 subscribers. It
Yeah.
sounds about right.
I think we can
I think
definitely
that's the
break.
pace you're supposed to
I
go
think
at.
we can break 9 before 9.
9 before 9 years.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's possible, man.
I don't know. My subscribers are the cream of the crop, though. That's the deal.
Oh, for sure.
Mine are the best.
Creme de la creme.
Creme de la creme de la creme.
Yeah,
You know that good part right at the top of the foamy latte? Yeah.
I know. It's like a VIP list, really.
Like CJ Moen.
yeah.
He might not be a subscriber. I don't know. But he's a super chatter. I do know that. As a
water's
super chatter,
happening
he
again.
asks, would you recommend koi or goldfish for my outdoor pond in Edmonds? Oh my gosh, he's local. He's local. He's in Edmonds.
Does it say what size the pond is?
15 foot by 25 foot by
Whoa.
5 foot deep.
Dang.
That's
I'm jelly.
a nice size pond. I like that. Perfect. Also, what is the best, cheapest way to grow them out?
Well, I think with a giant pond,
That size?
I'm down to do koi.
I would do koi that size personally.
Because at some point you'll get to ride them.
Yeah.
Yep.
In that size pond, if
I would swim
if
in
you
it.
have a
I
good
would
net,
swim in
if you have a good net over it to keep the raccoons and the herons and the whatever the predatorial type nonsense going on, those koi will grow up nice and big. And if we're talking about Edmonds, Washington, which it sounds like you are in Edmonds, Washington, would be my guess. If that's where you're at, there is a really good market in Western Washington for large koi.
Because we have pan
which is, I think, why the question was also what's the best, cheapest way to grow them out. That's probably why that question was in there. I don't think that there's a best / cheapest way to grow them out.
I think
It's
there's
just
some optimal, like, go with like a mid-grade food. Don't
Yeah.
go ultra cheap, and then also don't buy $200 a bag food like I've done before. Like, it grew them well, but I'm not sure that it, like, grew them $200 well. Like, it definitely didn't do that, but
yeah.
someone you might try and link up with is Bill Tullis. Lives in Edmonds, and he wins a lot of shows, and he's got quite a few like ponds covered in greenhouses and stuff. And so you might be able to like, hey, what you feeding? Hey, let me try some of that. Hey, we're almost neighbors. You want to come check my stuff?
Yeah.
And but don't buy koi from him unless you want to spend some money, because a lot of his koi are very expensive. So, but
We're talking about some show quality.
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like he buys a lot of his koi at koi.com, and he picks them out very small and raises them up in groups. And a lot of times, if you got the right eye, only one of them's got to become like a show-worthy thing to pay
Right.
for all of them, plus your next 3 that you picked out that were wrong. Like, oh dang it, didn't develop right.
Right.
So
That's awesome.
yeah, I've never gotten to go to his place though. He never
We should
invites
go
me
there.
over. He never invites.
We should
me over.
invite ourselves
I've
over.
tried. I was
What
like,
about,
man,
like-
I would love to see that.
Do 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 do
Yeah.
do.
If you go, in fact, you can see he wins the local show. If you go onto my channel and you look at the 2 koi shows, he took grand champion, I think, at both of them.
Grand champion
I think he took grand champion and reserve grand champion and baby champion.
and reserve
Yeah,
and reserve. Let me reserve the spot.
yeah. Oh yeah. What one was not as good as the best? Oh, still my fish. All right, I gotta change that. It's like out of control.
That's a little out of control.
Yeah, it's a
That's a
little-
little nutty.
Little
The meow was at least quick.
yeah.
Like it was over pretty quickly.
Ooh, you know what I really want? I want to go.
Ricola.
Or that. I would take either one.
Yeah.
Something.
That's the
iconic.
part that goes at the beginning of the Ricola.
Does it?
Yeah, they go, and then the guy goes,
Oh, okay.
Ricola,
All right.
over top of it. Wah. Right? I think
believe
that's how
you.
that goes.
I haven't had TV in so long. I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Should we just play roulette?
Oh, we've got a cool super chat here.
Let's do it.
Let's get to this one real quick. The rest of our show today will also be featuring questions from our patronizers. So pay attention to that. Those will be coming up. One from Alan, one from Elizabeth Rogers, and one from Sarah's Little Fish. Those would be our... Those will be some of the questions we'll be answering from my Patreon. If you haven't been over to my Patreon, go check it out, blah, blah, blah. Also, we do have... what do you call it? Surprises, right?
Oh, yeah.
We've got 2 surprise winners, and I
It
don't know
says
how we're
what's
going to
up
pick them
prizes.
because I realized that we didn't open the Patreon ahead of time.
Well, you can log in and do it while I talk about something. Once we get something going.
Well, you do the fiddly sticks?
Yeah.
Right.
Once we get into a
Now, I don't know
topic,
how well you're going to be in on this, but I think your expertise definitely comes into play here.
Maybe.
We have a super chat from Robin Waters.
All right.
Which might also be a play on words. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know.
Water.
There's a $5 super chat. The green form fiber action. I'm really interested in Taiwan B shrimp. My pH is 7.2, GH is 3, KH is 2. Are those okay to run with, or should I adjust things?
pH seems a bit high. What was the GH? 2?
2?
Which-
GH is 3.
GH is 3.
KH is 2.
I feel like if this was me with this water, and I'm not like Mr. Super B by any chance, by the way. I've read crystals a lot, but I feel like I would try like 6.4 with that 3 GH and see if I could pull it off before I really started changing the mineral content of the water. And I would probably, I don't know what size the tank is, but if it was anything manageable, I would like probably just buy some RO water from a saltwater store and bring my levels down. Well, if I dilute it, I'm going to have to add some GH back in. There's just no way around it. I mean, I could, well, no, that's not true. I could let my tank acidify long enough, which that's what I probably would do because I am really lazy when it comes to altering water parameters. I would much rather do it naturally. So I would probably let plants acidify that water over time until it dropped to 6.4, maybe even 6.6, and I would start trying to acclimate in the bees then.
It's weird.
Well, what would you do? Because you're probably more bee-centric.
That's weird because that's how I do it. I mean, if you look at how the 150 I have set up right now, that's a perfect example. Like, that's eventually going to be a Taiwan B tank. That's probably what's going to end up in there. Seems to be the most cost-effective, or I'll just do crystal shrimp.
Yeah.
And they're really not that far off, like, parameters-wise,
I think the more
realistically.
I think the more you go down the specialized crystal tree, just a little more finicky they get. Like, oh, their
Yeah.
color's not as good as it should be. Like, well, they've never seen anything outside what that breeder's given them. You
Right.
know?
Yeah, it's, but at the same time, the years and years and years that I spent breeding shrimp and stuff like that, the more involved you are in the human intervention, I find that's where the mistakes happen. That's
Right.
almost always where the mistakes happen. That's where, oh, my shrimp died and they're not breeding anymore. It's like, well, what did you do? Oh, well, I bought an RO unit and I started doing these massive water changes. It's like, what? Who told you to do that? Well, I saw somebody on YouTube told me to do it, and then they said to remineralize the water, so I put minerals in there. It's like, well, what's going on now? Well, I don't know. The GH is 30. You're like, what? What are you doing?
I'm all about set it and forget it.
Yeah. So if you look at the 150, that tank is actually, I am actually setting that up to run specific shrimp. Now, one of the big things that you want to do with that is you want to have a reasonable tank size. Is 150 gallons what I recommend? No, not necessarily. But oftentimes I see a lot of people with these little nano tanks, and I'll 100% admit that I started out doing shrimp in like 10 gallons and stuff like that. And it's because I wanted to keep them all segregated. I was doing this, I was doing that. And there was there was a reality of doing it that way that eventually just kept leading to problems because of, evaporation. You get this rapid water change. You forget to do a water change or something like that, and you're like, oh, I'm 3 days off, whatever, not a big deal. Come back. Oh, I've lost, 40% of my shrimp because something happened and there wasn't really any recovery, which is like, over the years, I spent getting so many comments from people like, this guy's an idiot. He's got a 240-gallon aquarium with just shrimp in it. Like, what a jerk, and I'm like, I guess I'm a
it's
jerk.
Similar to like this guy's got an 800-gallon aquarium with tiger barbs in it.
Right. And it's like, I guess this guy's a jerk, man. Like, what
a waste.
Why don't you put something better in there? That's a
Yeah.
huge waste, And I'm like, well, I've got $4,000 worth of shrimp in here. Is that good enough for you, bro? And they're like, how's it $4,000 worth of shrimp? And I'm like, yeah, that's why you just shut up and stop talking to me right now. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not.
I don't have that excuse.
I'm not
I got
necessarily
tiger barbs,
saying.
bro.
Well, it's just one of those things. It's like I'm not trying to confront somebody, but it's like, why are you yelling at me when I'm trying to set up like a
Why
really
don't you
easy
keep
way
your
to?
aquarium so I like it?
Oh yeah, I don't know. Yeah, let me do that for you. Let me get that going for you right away. So, but
I know what my
if somebody was to
size
take
is.
my recommendation, it's like I set up a sizable tank, like a 55. Like that's
I go 40 breeder.
You could go 40
Which
breeder.
55,
I like the
40
dimensions.
breeder, I put that in the same category.
The same category.
Yeah.
I like the dimensions of a 40 breeder a lot better. The aesthetic on it. But I'll one of the ways that I'll do it, you start out with stratum or ADA or something, ADA Amazonia soil or whatever that's gonna buffer the water down. It's gonna bring my pH down and stuff like that. Then I'm gonna overplant the thing. I'm gonna set the system up. I'm gonna let it run for a long time so that the plants are established, grown in. Right now I have Neocaridinus in there. I have those Sakura cherries that are in there. They're essentially just kind of my barometer of keeping that tank running. It's like, well, I got shrimp in there and they're going to be doing shrimp stuff. Okay, the pH might be a little bit low for cherry shrimp. Not going to be a huge ordeal for cherry shrimp though.
Right.
That they'll just
They're more
kind of,
tolerant.
they're definitely more tolerant. They can deal with the variance and all that kind of stuff. And in the meantime, I'm going through to make sure that my temperature is consistent. I'm making sure that my pH is consistent. I'm making sure that my water changes are sort of on a schedule or whatever, but the tank's also matured. There's a lot of driftwood in there. There's a lot of catappa leaves and alder cones and that kind of stuff in the sump, cycling in through that system, constantly running all the time, so that by the time I do land some shrimp in there, guess what? It's like they went from a Motel 6 to the Hilton, and they go, oh, okay, good. This is where we want to be.
A little bit different because I know you're big on the keeping ultra clean water for them, but I size my tank based on how long I can go without changing the water, because I know that RO water, the human element is what's going to screw it up, and so I'm like, well, if I build a 40 breeder and I put in 12 crystal shrimp, I can go like 2 years without having to do water change, but I typically do a small one every 6 months and let that colony build up, and then I catch a bunch out, sell them. And so I like doing a water change every 6 to 8 months out of I'm ultra bored today, let me do that, as opposed to like, if I don't do it, I'm losing a third of them tomorrow. So that's how I do it. Is I over shoot the tank size and then underpopulate, and then I make them breed their way up. Because a lot of people will be like, well, I got a 40 breeder, I really want to make my money, let me get like 60 of these in there. And it's like 12 or 60, it's either going to go or not go.
Right.
So I'd rather just be like, yeah, there's 12.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's really one of those things is like, as far as my shrimp tanks go, I like to do water changes on them because, one of the things that I'm not doing is I'm not adding fertilizer or anything like that. So one of the
I never
big...
did either.
What's that?
I don't either, because it was a breeding tank to me is way different than a looking tank, I guess.
Right.
And not
right.
that it looked bad, but
So yeah, but like one of the reasons that I like to do my water changes on them is because I'm not adding fertilizers or anything like that. So any little bit of minerals that are kind of wearing off and wearing out and like maybe coming up short, typically our Western Washington water, our water here in Western Washington is really nice. It is really nice. It's really good water. So we don't have to stress out about it too much. But I like to do like a monthly water change. And on that big system, I think total volume is like 190, almost 200 gallons on my 150, and I'll change probably 30 gallons out of it. So it's
Right.
really only 15% water change, something like that, once a month. So it's really just like maybe there's a little bit of iron deficiency or something. It's like that little bit of a water change will bring some of that back. It's not a fail-safe for the plants or anything like that, but it definitely is helpful with our water here. If I was in Oklahoma or something, my advice would be totally different.
Yeah.
I would get an RO unit and just start it out with RO and then only ever add RO water to the system and use fertilizers. But in Western Washington, story's a little bit different here because our water is really nice. I mean, mine's running off Mount Rainier. You know what I mean? It's like you see a giant, snow-covered mountain off in the distance from my house, and it's like that's where the water's coming from, right over there. Like the picture on the Arrowhead bottle right here. Right? Where you're like, oh, it's that from that. You see that out my front door. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, man? That's
I
where
know
our
what you
water
mean.
comes from.
My wholesaler sent me an article today of a study that was done somewhere that they actually proved that if you wanted your angelfish to be less aggressive, stop changing water so often.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were able to prove the aggression level is lower by not changing water. And I just thought that was a useful thing of like, it's really important. Water changes do a lot of things. So,
Lumpy Dog just said Motel 6 pulled their sponsorship of the Corvus Oshkin show.
yep. Dang it. Not again. Oh, here we go.
Hey,
There we go.
here's the thing with Motel 6. Relax, guys.
Relax.
Just
Don't
relax,
do
buddy.
it.
Relax, buddy. And by the way, we don't have any sponsors. The sponsors are you guys, the fans, the patronizers, the subscribers, the people that show up.
What's the craziest sponsor?
The people that
you
click
would
the
take?
like button, the people that blast it out on Twitter, the people that share and blah, 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 and all that kind of stuff. What are we at? 96 likes? Oh, man. 96 out of 210? What are we at right now? What's our concurrent?
219. It's even a worse thing. No.
Oh, 219. What the hell?
Yeah.
What happened, man?
What's the craziest sponsor you would take?
The craziest sponsor?
Yeah.
Dollar Shave Club. I want Dollar Shave Club. That's the one I want.
craziest one.
Yeah, because you can pretty much do whatever you want with their ad read.
No, I understand, but like, what if like
You could be
I'm trying to
like,
think of like,
have you ever farted in a jar?
yes. No, that see
Yeah.
to me that seems like a cool one. I'm
Dollar,
talking about
Dollar
like,
Shave Club, hashtag free plug. Send me some
start
razors.
blowing them up, blowing them up.
Send me some
blowing 'em up,
razors.
blowing them up,
Dollar Shave Club.
Blown 'em up.
Hashtag
Blown
free
'em up.
plug. Free plug?
blowing them up.
Yeah. Dollar Shave Club. Right?
Like, would you take like a sponsorship from like mechanical pencil lead refills? Like, it's gotta be something crazy. Where do you draw the line?
Where do I draw the line?
Yeah,
There's a lot of places where I would draw the line. With sponsors?
yeah. I mean, obviously, you got to kind of like the
alcohol,
product.
tobacco, firearms, porno. I don't know. There's like just so many avenues. I'm like, I don't want to have anything to do with that nonsense.
Interesting, because I don't drink at all, but I mean, I can see your point. Where I had never thought of like, what if like Bailey's or something was like, yeah, just talk about how you like chocolate milk, except with alcohol.
Yeah, and I'd be like, no, I don't. I don't like that.
Yeah,
And I'd be like, you go be quiet now. Go find somebody else to, some other huckster to
yeah.
sell your Baileys. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
That one
There's a
I'd be
bunch of stuff I
disqualified,
wouldn't be
say-
down with. Rush Limbaugh, I wouldn't advertise that guy.
I agree.
There's a bunch of stuff.
Because I feel like for enough money, I would do Rush Limbaugh.
Of course, I'm naming a bunch of the stuff that
yeah,
that I
know.
wouldn't want to do.
Hashtag free plug.
Hashtag free plug. Hey,
I think it would just skew it. Like for like
well, let's see.
100,000.
Who's
a
like a
month,
huge
I would
like
probably do
Alex
it.
Jones?
Alex Jones.
You don't know who Alex Jones is? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
he's a huge conspiracy theorist,
Okay.
maniac guy on the internet.
All right.
Like, I wouldn't advertise him
Is that aliens guy?
because I would have to say, like you could listen to it, but it's ridiculous. And it's not real. He's like a flat earth guy. You know what I mean? Like
Okay, but let's
he
say
said,
that,
I'm
let's
not
say,
saying that the earth's not flat, but I'm saying that there's questions. I'm like, from who?
What if they said you could be crazy as long as you weren't super detrimental? Like, what if you're just like, that guy has got some weird, nutty theories, but he is entertaining, and they were willing to give you like $5,000 a month. Like, you didn't have to say like, oh man, he's my favorite thing ever.
I don't know. How many people are in here right now?
219.
219 concurrent viewers right now?
Yeah.
I don't even know why. I'm just like, no, go away. I always want Fluval as a sponsor, but they're never going to come through.
Yeah.
So we're probably going to have
That's
to
why
start.
I'm talking about like where we
We're
draw
going to have
the
to start
line.
sending some emails to somebody else to sponsor the show.
That's
like,
why we got to start from the bottom. That's why I said,
I don't know.
we want Fluval, but we can't get that. Where do we draw the line of
There's
like?
the things that like the patronizers are the sponsor.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a bunch of them, and we got surprises for them today.
We do.
Yeah, so the Patreonizers and the subscribers, you guys are the sponsors of the show. That's way more fun,
True.
right?
Yes.
I think that's more fun. Oh, Phil Emerson says fireworks. Yes, I would take fireworks. Yeah, yeah. The Friday show is brought to you by fireworks.
That'd be amazing. Has anything ever been sponsored by like Black Cats or like
I'm sure.
Phantom
I'm
Fireworks?
sure of it. There has to have been.
We gotta find a way like for a nickel, we'll rep your firework brand during Christmas.
Oh, Lord May's asking thoughts on the Fluval 2.0 LED. What do you think about it? I've posted a few videos about the Fluval 2.0.
I mean, in my opinion,
I'm a fan.
of the lights I've used, which I've used a lot, it is the best light on the market currently when you weigh dollar to functionality, real functionality, not like, but this thing can do a laser light show. Oh, how often do you do a laser light show? Well, like twice when it was new, and then
Right.
So, but
Yeah,
the
I
fact
don't need.
that
I
it's
don't
waterproof.
need. I don't need the thunder and lightning setting.
Well, Jimmy loves that thing. He loves those kind of settings, but even still, like
I
a
didn't
lot
say
of those,
Jimmy didn't need those. I said
Yeah.
I didn't need those.
Well, I always ask myself who loves that, and it's him.
Jimmy likes it.
Yeah, but
So you
the
can get
fact
some
it's waterproof
action shots.
and a 3-year warranty,
Yes, waterproof.
and it's $186 for the biggest one.
It works really well, and it's waterproof. That's all I
Right.
need to know.
Because there are lights where you're like, well, that one's cooler. Like, yeah, but it's $372.
Like, I don't care about night lights. I don't really care. I mean, the dimming feature is pretty good, right?
I never dim mine though.
I never dim mine either. I'm
Yeah.
like, what, full blast, right? Yeah, that's the setting.
Yes.
On all the way.
I mean, if I had a turbo button, I would utilize that.
Yeah, where's the turbo button? That's what I
Yeah.
need. Does it go brighter?
Uh huh.
Does it get brighter than this? Just keep going bright,
Yeah.
right?
But yes, I mean, I can't recommend that light more. Like, it's always when people are like, I need a light. I'm like, yep. Buy that one. Even
Right.
my employees were asking, like, we kind of want more light here in the warehouse. And I was like, let's just put in more, like, Fluval lights. Because I was looking at the prices, and I'm like, I'd rather have a Fluval light with a 3-year warranty than random light bulb off the internet.
You know, I hadn't even thought about the 3. I hadn't even thought about that much of the 3-year warranty.
That's the most, well,
It just
I
hadn't-
think
that
about it a
hadn't
lot
crossed
because
my
I'm the
mind.
guy that has to,
I'm just going to be
Process
brutally
his
honest with you.
claims?
It hadn't crossed my mind
Yeah.
because I almost never use a warranty because I'm like,
right.
dude, messing with this is never going to be worth it. Like,
Yeah.
like I'm gonna. Oh, you want me to ship it back to you? You guys are gonna fix it. You just send me another one. What, 8 weeks later or something?
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily Fluval, but what I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
you know, one of the reasons that I use DeWalt tools. Do you know why? Let me explain.
You tell me, bro.
The place where you can get any DeWalt tool fixed, repaired, it's in
your
Seattle.
backyard. Okay.
It's in Soto. It's not the only reason I use DeWalt tools. Not only are they yellow and black, they also work really well.
Yeah.
They're yellow and black. They work really well, and I can get them repaired locally from the DeWalt repair factory.
Well, see, that's
whatever.
the other thing is I've got
And it's a flat rate too. So when something breaks from DeWalt, it's a
Is it
flat
20
rate
bucks or something, or
Yeah,
what?
it's like if your chop saw's broken, it's $60 for everyone. Doesn't matter what's wrong with it; they'll just fix
Hmm.
it. I mean, I think you can't put it like in a car crusher or something, and like here's a
That's
block
where they draw the
of
line, yeah.
aluminum. Here
Yeah.
you go.
But like with the Fluval 2.0, I've got it set up, at least with my store, if your light breaks and you bought it from me, that's the important part here. You buy it from me, we just ship you out a brand new light or the ballast, whatever the problem is, and then we take care of it. We don't make you ship it to Fluval. So normally you'd have to be like, let's say your light broke.
Oh, you'll just give you a swap one.
We'll just swap it for you, and then we'll send it
Then
to
you
Fluval,
guys will send it
and
back.
then they'll credit us, and then we just have a brand new one sitting at the warehouse.
Like you'll just return, like
So,
you have
like,
like a
if it-
return.
Basically,
shipping.
if it breaks prematurely in that 3 years, we'll spend the $20 to ship you a new one. We kind of go, oh man, sucks. It's our bad. But that's our competitive advantage to like Amazon. So if your stuff breaks on Amazon, they're gonna be like, yeah, it's been past 30 days. Take it up with Fluval, and then Fluval's gonna be like, Okay, cool. Send it in. We'll
Yeah.
figure out what's wrong.
Yeah.
Then we'll send you one back. But that's like 10 days,
Right.
probably.
At
Like
the
even if
very
the
least.
mail's moving and you
That's what I mean. Like
you
8
went straight
weeks.
there.
You're
Yeah.
like, what? Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we
Cool.
do is you go, so you send an email to me. I do a little bit of troubleshooting going, well, when you touch this, does it work? No. Okay. Well, when you do that, does it work? Oh, no. Okay, then. Well, we're going to send one out today, and then we're going to issue you sometimes we'll issue you a thing like, okay, you got to send the broken one back.
Mm-hmm.
And then if not, if we go, oh, it's the ballast, we'll send you out the ballast. No reason to send us a broken ballast.
I almost missed a super chat here, and we don't want to do that.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
51 minutes into the show. Brendan's life. With the $5 super chat, I'm back with more crazy. I'm making a GoPro mount
Yes.
that uses one-way acrylics to get shots of fish fighting and on full display.
One way.
Do you see what's happening there? He's got like a mirror
Yeah.
with one-way
Okay.
acrylic instead of it being glass one-way glass. It's one-way acrylic, so then like the beta will come up and like fight
Yeah,
against its own mirror.
That's smart.
And then you can get camera shots straight
Yeah.
through there, like
I like
macro
that.
style. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to see how that works out.
I'm on board. This person asks on Amazon. I don't know. I lost what we were actually. Oh, wait. Reviewers of the Fluval 2.0 Lite on Amazon complain about the power and dimming button, which is a non-issue for those that have it on a timer. Yes, I can't state
I
how
don't even
much.
understand why anyone would have a light not on a timer.
Well, so there's that.
Yeah.
But barring that, I gotta say, some people are pretty dang whiny. Because I was afraid of that, and then I ordered one up, and I'm like, no. If you read the directions on how the button works, it works awesome. Like it's not a problem. But most people, like, they buy it, they read nothing, and then they're like, I push it, it doesn't click. It's like it's not a click button.
Yeah.
It's kind of like your iPhone. You're like, no, I need it to click. And it's like it's not a clicky button.
Yeah,
In
it's not-
fact,
there's no
it's a
clicking.
sensor, and you go, no, on my iPhone, I feel it make a click sound. That's the vibrate in the phone. Like you
Right.
can set the intensity. It's not a physical button, just like on your light. It's not a physical push down and out button. It's just a sensor button.
Yeah, it doesn't.
So-
Tuk-tunk. No.
Yeah.
And some people are just being goofy, but put a timer on it. What are you doing?
Yeah. Timer's where it's at.
Yeah, whoever on Amazon is like
A
complaining
lot
about
of people.
stuff.
A lot of
well,
people.
whoever they are,
Yeah.
just tell them stop.
Yeah.
Put a timer on it, and shh,
It gives it a bad rap
Shh.
too. Yeah.
and then just shh, right? Shh, shh.
What's that movie where it's just like every
www.shh.com.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here. Sean Nebula was asking anyone try to cycle a new tank with a frozen cocktail shrimp. As a matter of fact, yes, I have done that
haven't.
before. I have done that before, but be aware, it's stinkier.
I always just use
Than
like
you
fish
expect.
food.
Yeah, you could use fish food.
Because I'm not like you. You seem to always have shrimp around because you were a chef. But I'd be like, wait, I gotta go buy a whole bag of shrimp, or I could just be like, look at this, fish food,
Right.
and that's
You're
what I
not
did.
using. Well, you don't like eat shrimp for dinner.
Not really. No, my
Yeah.
wife hates seafood.
Oh,
Hates
okay.
it. Like shrimp, I would be like, yeah, okay, it is shrimp.
See, Vicky, Toria, and I would eat shrimp all the time.
Yeah.
We love it. I love
Yeah.
shrimps. I love seafood.
Oh, I love a lot of the seafood. My wife absolutely hates the smell of it,
Right.
and so that's why I don't have it around.
We'll have to go out to a nice seafood dinner.
I do that. Well, I try to do that all the time when I go out speaking and stuff, and then I realize our seafood is rad here, and I'm like,
Right.
what am I getting seafood in like Wisconsin
In
for?
Kansas?
Like, what have I done?
Yeah, you're in
like,
the middle.
No, that was.
It
it's
is all
not horrible,
frozen
it's
nowadays,
just-
so don't
yeah.
fret too much.
It's
about
not
it.
horrible. It's just they
Don't
don't
do that old school.
specialize in doing that.
Vexing Cat with a $10 super chat. Just because.
I feel like it should meow.
Meow. Just because it's Friday. Just because it's Friday. Thank you very much, Vexing Cat. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like that yellow rose in
Just
the
because.
avatar. That's good. Shining Asterisk Luck is asking, is the Fluval Wi-Fi timer worth it? Depends on
No.
what worth money is worth to you. You could get wireless Wi-Fi timers off like Amazon for a lot cheaper.
It does do one thing that
You can go through my Amazon banner,
could.
or you can go through my affiliates link where I have them linked up in the store. You could order some post haste.
So I do use Wi-Fi timers, just like he's saying, but in the interest of full disclosure, the Fluval Wi-Fi timer that sucks. I'm gonna preface it there. It does have the ability to ramp up and ramp down. Now, if you love that feature, you may be willing to put up with the hassle of the Wi-Fi controller. And it's just clunky. It's not that it doesn't work. It's clunky. You're going, yeah, I'm going to hook it up to my Wi-Fi, and then I can just do it on my phone. No, you got to directly pair your phone with the controller. So if you've ever like paired your phone to your car, yeah, you're going, yeah, that first time it's kind of a pain. It's that pain every single time to make a change setting on the thing. So it's not unbearable.
Yeah.
But, Fluval does have a light on their site right now that in theory is going to be better about that. That being
Right.
said, it might not launch for a year.
Who
or
knows?
Whoever.
Who knows
I mean,
when?
it hasn't been in a trade show yet, and that's kind of like in the camera world. I'm like, oh man, when's that camera going to come out? Like, if it's never been in a trade show, we could be waiting years. So, if we go to Interzoo or something like that in Germany and they're showing it off, then we know like, sweet, it's going to be here in the next year. But like I've been to shows like Aquatic Experience where Phoenix is like, check out these 4 new lights, and some of them have still never been released.
Right.
They're like, oh yeah, we scrapped that project.
Yeah, never mind.
We showed it to you guys, but it didn't get the response we want. It's gone.
It's gone.
So
yeah.
I wouldn't be sitting around waiting for that because you might be sitting for years, or it could be tomorrow too. Like I don't want to make it seem like it'll never come, but there's no ETA. And when I asked my rep about it, he had never even heard of it yet.
Right.
So that's when you know, like, oh, it's not exactly on the forefront if the guy that tells me about stuff has never heard about it. And I just linked him his own website.
Right.
And they were like, oh, I'm not even sure that's supposed to be out to the public yet.
It's supposed to be
but
out.
they haven't taken it away. It's been like a week, so hey.
Okay. Must
Maybe.
be coming.
Or their
I hope
company
it's
just
coming.
moves that slow. Maybe that's why they haven't heard about Fluval tripping, because they just maybe it's
they just-
oblivious.
They're just.
Maybe it's like a 4-year cycle. Like
we can't wait 4 years. We
4
gotta
years of
email
Fluval
Fluval.
tripping, and
We
then
gotta
one day
e-
they're gonna be
we
like,
gotta-
I saw something.
We gotta email Fluval's tripping some more. I don't know. We gotta figure out how to do that. I don't know how to do it. I tried.
No,
I
here's
tried to
what we
make
do.
an
Here's what we
interactive
do.
email. I probably got sent to the spam folder.
We
though.
should make Fluval tripping at the next Aquatic Experience. We all wear the same shirt, and then Fluval's like, what is this? Fluval tripping.
Fluval's
Aquatic
always
Experience
tripping.
2018.
Kayuhaga Aquatics is asking,
Yeah.
would you rather have a 6500K or 7500K light for a planet tank? And since this was just directed at me, I'll answer it first, and then you can go.
I dare
second.
you.
How dare I?
No, I said I dare you.
Oh, you dare me. You double dog dare me, bro?
No.
All right.
That doesn't warrant. It's not warranted in this situation.
That's a good point. It's not very much like it.
Yeah.
It's not very much different from what we were going to do anyhow, right?
Yeah.
So I would personally prefer either, honestly. Each one has kind of equal ups and downs, honestly. The 7500K, you'll get a little more green spot algae on the glass. That's going to be the one noticeable thing as time goes on, as far as algae growth or plant growth or any of that kind of stuff. There won't be a huge difference in plant growth in either one. 6500K, you'll see a little more hair algae and things like that showing up from time to time if there is a difference between the algae in them. But 7500K is much easier to photograph, honestly. It essentially is like a 6500K with 10K mixed in, which is my preference. If I'm going to light something for a photography shoot, I normally take 10K, mix it with 6500K, boom, greens look dope. Blacks look sharp and crisp, and so that's my main reasoning behind it, because of photography, camera work, all that kind of stuff, YouTubing, however you want to put it. That's kind of the big advantage to go into the 7500K versus the 6500K. That said, like I said, not a huge difference in plant growth. I think maybe 7500K seems to see the plants like kind of reach a little bit more, but like crips and things like that will actually squat down under the more intense 6500K. But personally, the Fluval 2.0 being 7500K, I'm actually kind of preferential to it, even though I do have to clean a little more green spot algae than normal.
So my stance is, in a perfect world, I would probably almost take something as high as 10K. I like my aquariums to be a little more lit up and a little more blue spectrum, and that's going to be in that higher side. The reality is, I'll take almost anything, because throughout my career, it's mostly like, how is that light made and who's making it? So like the right light at an 8K for a while, I really loved the Aqueon T5 bulbs at 8K. I really liked the way that looked. I got good plant growth. But then I moved to LED, and then it's like, oh, so I think not even all 6500Ks are equivalent, in my opinion. Like they can definitely be made with different red peaks and stuff like that, and it gets a little weird, but I have to see the light in person, I think. That's the real deal for me. So when I'm ordering, I just go, it's this spectrum. It'll be pretty close to it, but I got to see it in person. And a lot of times, this came back to, in Planet Tanks, we used to run a lot of T5 and T8 bulbs, and we would mix a lot of like, I'm going to need a Geisman 10K. I'm going to use a Zoomed 5000 Kelvin, and then I'm going to use this, and that's going to give me the color I want. And it was never really like, just specifically this color spectrum did well. And a lot of the 6500 Kelvins and stuff, for a while, you'd have like the fresh daylight, the morning sun, and it'd just be like, some would have like a lot of green in them, some would have a lot of purple in them, that type of thing. But in general, I do like a 7500 to a 10K spectrum light. That's just for my own visual preference. And a lot of times I have a lot of blue fish, and that higher spectrum will help cardinal tetras, African cichlids a lot of times, that type of thing. And so I'm a guy that keeps a fish tank. Now, a lot of people, and maybe Joel's this way, but I might classify you as a guy who keeps a plant tank and then puts in fish. Like, I keep fish, and then I put plants in there to make the fish look cooler. But if you're just like an aquatic gardener, you might be a little more in tune with it. I want my fish to look on point. So that's why I go a little bit higher. So, let's see. Katie says fish are friends, not food. My wife would say that. She probably would. She'd be like, you don't eat them. Yay, they're nice. Shining Asteris Luck. Thanks, guys. You're welcome. No problemo. YouTube notifications can be wonky. Definitely. They are wonky
sure.
at best. Wonky at best. And
100%.
so yes, Melamoogle says, just remember, Joel will be live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I can't deny when he said, like, just set an alarm. That is one of the easiest things. Like, you take your phone and set your alarm for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2:30. Give you a little meow sound, and you go, oh yeah, in about 30 minutes, maybe I could drive home from whatever I'm doing. I could watch Joel, or I could cue this up in the car or whatever and listen to it. And that's one of the most reliable ways. So that's, if you really want to see something happen, I live by the Google Calendar these days, so it really reminds me to like use the bathroom at this point. So
Does it?
a little bit, yeah. I like to troll my wife. I have access to her calendar, and I'll make it tell her all kinds of stuff. Time for dinner. Time to get me ice cream.
Time to get you ice cream?
Yeah. Although I set it up and half the time I'm not even there. She's like, what are you doing? And then she's always like, how do I make it stop? And I'm like, you'll have to learn the Google Calendar. And she just like refuses to learn it.
Oh, really?
I love the very subtle trolling of like, you're slightly inconvenienced. Ha.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah. That's my favorite, just because it's like, yeah. But what Wi-Fi light timer were you talking about, Corey? The ones that will slowly ramp up and ramp down. For that, what I was talking about is the Fluval Wi-Fi controller timer thingy that's like,
Oh, there
I
we
want
go.
to say it retails about $80.
This will work. This works good.
And
I'm talking out
yeah.
loud while I set
Cool.
up.
I know what you're doing over there.
You know what I'm doing over
I know
here?
it. Yeah, that's what I was like. Oh, I
I've
need to kill
zoomed
some
it.
time.
I've zoomed it all the way in, so I can't even read anyone's name.
And then you're gonna scroll around and then be like, that one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Because I don't have any way to like load this into a randomizer.
Part of the problem is
Hold on
I
a second.
haven't carried any of the Wi-Fi. I'll order them for people. But I don't carry them in stock because I'm afraid that people are gonna order them, and they're gonna be like, this thing's wonky and doesn't work that well. And then I'll be like, yeah, I guess I'll take it as a return. And then all of a sudden I'm taking a beating with shipping and all that kind of stuff. So I typically either just tell people like, just grab one on Amazon if you want one, or we will order you one totally. But just know I like to talk to you first and go, hey, this thing's a little bit clunky, so don't expect it to be super duper 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 polished. Looking for a plug-in?
My phone was gonna die,
I don't know, man.
and I got the questions on my phone.
Oh, dang.
So we're gonna plug it in and do the giveaway.
Cool.
Do the giveaway first.
Have I used an Aquaneat RGB 24/7 mode? No, I have not. I haven't tested that out at all yet. I've got a little stack of lights that I'm going to be doing some stuff with. That one's not in the stack yet. Part of the problem for me is I really value a warranty. Mostly because I use a lot of lights and because I have to sell them. And I see, any light I sell, I really see the build quality go. And,
Right.
Usually if someone's willing to put a good warranty behind it, the quality is actually pretty good. When there's not a warranty behind it, I become the warranty of like, well, I sell, for every 10 I sell, one's bad, but I just got to mark them up a little more. And, so I
Did
don't,
you just?
yeah, I was trying to quiet. It's like opening a soda in a movie theater, like.
Right. I was like, what is
And then it's
happening
that
right now?
last
There's
part
some like
that's
some
extra,
weird noise
extra
coming from
loud.
over there.
Yeah.
Like, are you getting squirted? Something happening?
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, we're getting ready for the giveaway. We got 229, 230. How many watching today?
247.
Oh, 247. My counter over here is way off.
Mm-hmm.
247, 146 likes. Let's bust it up to 200, and then we'll do a giveaway.
All right.
Is that how that works? See how that works?
Sure.
I'll bribe him into the giveaway. But
Plus 200 or minus 200.
I don't know.
Either
I don't
way,
know how
we'll
this
take either
works.
one.
Yeah,
Either one. You get us a negative 200 or plus 200.
Yeah.
I think it's easy.
Whenever
to get
we
to plus
talk about
200.
hitting the dislike button, it's like all of a sudden it ramps up by like I'll get like 20 dislikes or something.
I don't
People
fear
like-
the dislike.
Oh, hey, there's a different button over
Yeah.
here. I'm gonna click this thing.
Yeah. Cheap light for
All
a
right.
10-gallon.
So how did we want to say what was going to be in the
Sure.
surprises, or
I
do we
don't
want to
care.
do a short video on it?
Oof. I'd rather just say it. A
You'd
whole
rather
video
just say it.
seems brutal.
A little video thing on it? Huh?
I mean, we could do it. I'm just adding
Okay.
more videos to the backlog.
So
If I don't put out an iCrew review, like, who was it? Star Heroes is gonna rage on me.
he's gonna rage.
He's
Super
not gonna
rage.
rage, but I got videos like that I gotta make, and I don't know when that review is coming out. The problem is, I'm building Studio 3.0, I guess.
3.5.
Yeah, to do videos like that, and so we've got
Oh,
about
that's right.
$1,000 worth of equipment, some more stuff coming in to really. I want to do it so that it might be marginally entertaining and actually show what I needed to show, as opposed to like Ghetto in the fish room. Like, yeah, I guess it helped,
Right.
So I'm waiting on a little bit more equipment and a little bit more setup to film it. So, but it could be as soon as like 2 weeks from now.
Mm-hmm.
I would say a week, but I already know there's guests coming, and I'm going to be sidetracked filming all kinds of stuff with them, and I won't be like, sorry guys, you're going to sit on the couch. I'm going to film a Night Crew review right now.
Yep.
That just ain't going to happen. So.
All right. Well, let's randomize our first giveaway. Ooh. What are we doing here? I can just scroll back and forth. I can't even read anybody's name.
Yeah, so you focus on one and then unzoom it or whatever you do.
I wonder if I can. Oh, okay.
If you click the button on my mouse wheel, it can infinite scroll. This one can't do it. That made it a little bit harder.
Oh, you have the cut loose.
Yeah, you can be like,
oh, mine do that. Mine do that at home too.
And then I like to stop it like it's like, like, what is it? No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Stop.
No whammies,
And
no
then you win.
whammies, no
Yeah.
whammies,
Yeah,
no whammies.
that's how I do it. But hey, I'm not.
Who's ready for it?
Yeah, I'm on Jimmy's computer. His doesn't have the break it loose.
Who? Oh, his doesn't stop.
No, it's
It's only infinite.
all precision all the time
All
for
precision,
that guy.
always.
Oh, what? Surprises!
Who's our first one? Well, I gotta zoom it in here.
Enhance,
Enhance.
enhance,
Enhance.
enhance.
It is Michael Moncour.
Moncour? Michael Moncour.
Where did
To
it
the
go?
information desk.
Yeah, there we go.
Michael Moncour to the information desk.
It was Michael Moncour, who's only man. He got in right in the nick of time.
Oh.
Basically, we got in at the end of November. He got in right in at the end of November. Michael Moncour. So, Michael Moncour, you've won yourself a package that is going to be coming from myself and Corey.
Mm-hmm.
Some hashtag surprises,
Yes.
right? And then I guess we should do the other one, right?
Yes.
Should we do the other one right away? Whoa,
Yes.
what happened here?
I think that's best because when people are looking to see if they won, it'll be easier for them to find. Like, dang it, when's the second one?
When's
Like,
the next one?
yeah.
You're supposed to draw it out. You're supposed to have like 40 minutes.
if you
in
draw it out,
between
then
each
people
one.
are just gonna be like, oh yeah, this person, this one won, and then
I'm
no one
actually
will watch
just
anything.
I'm tracking back and forth over here on this
Yeah.
thing. It's about,
Wait for it.
it's about as
Wait
weird as it
for
could get.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Stop.
Christina M.
Christina M.
Christina M.
Christina M. to the principal's office.
Christina M.
Your
to the
mother's here to
principal's
pick up-
office. Christina
Your mother's
M.
here to pick you up.
Oh, I should write these down so I know what's
You
happening.
should. Yeah. Write them down to the
'Cause I
other
got
two.
yours here.
Yeah.
We go.
Christina M. Your mother's here. You have a dentist appointment. Ooh, Charlie List, you are on point.
What happened?
I gotta do it. I think you came up with it. The studio name. MBU Studios. That's perfect.
MBU.
Maboo.
Oh, Maboo.
MBU Studios. I like that. You got to win
Ooh.
some kind of. If I get that,
Oh,
if
that's
we
pretty
use
good.
that, Charlie List, hit me up. I got to reward you because that was some serious brain thinking. And I like the fact that it took you over an hour. That means that was in your wheelhouse. You were actually working on that.
Mhm.
I appreciate that. I love that. Maboo Studios, that rolls off the tongue. I love it. I got to get a placard or something above the door. Maboo Studios.
Well, here's the thing. If it was a fix, I think I would have. Some people are calling a fix on the giveaway.
fix?
They're joking.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
joking.
yeah.
These people are joking that there's a fix on the giveaway. I think if I was going to give away stuff, I would have given it to people that have been patronizing much longer than those guys. So that's
Yeah.
how random it was. I set the thing up as randomly as I could.
I'm
on
actually
the, on the list
surprised
here.
that Patreon doesn't have a randomization thing. That just seems like it should be right in their
It
wheelhouse.
is. It's right here. It's over here on the side.
Oh, they do
I'll
have a
show.
random
I'll
thing?
show. Yes, I'll show it to you later.
Oh, okay.
There is a randomization setting that you can put it on. That's over here on the far right.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Makes sense, I guess.
see, like the one at the very top is a declined one, but there's like 6 other declined ones all mixed in. So luckily, we didn't
Yeah,
accidentally.
I
pick
hit
the
one
declined
yesterday. It
one.
was declined, and I kind of felt like that was a false entry. You know. I
Yeah,
kinda-
you're like,
I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
what?
gotta at least reward someone that I guess.
Mhm.
I mean, it's not about the money, but you know, I don't know. It felt weird, so that's why. I
See, if
picked
the
someone else.
if the fix was in, I would have clicked this button over here. Let's see, the lifetime button. That's the one I would have
Oh,
clicked.
and I win. Do I win?
Let's see. Where did it go? Yeah,
Wait
who's
for
the? Wait, where
let
did
me
that?
let me. I'm trying to think if I could think of your top people. Maybe me, Michael Faulkner, the Fishy Mailman.
The fishy mailman. Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to think of who else. Maybe oh geez.
Eric Gone Mad.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
that makes
Gone
sense.
Mad.
He's at 50. Yeah, he's like $50 and a penny
Mhm.
every. Okay, what was this? I can't. Steven Scoglin probably got to be
Steven
up there.
Scotland.
Yep.
Mhm. Barbara Jackson.
Okay. Yep.
Cute Nicks.
Hmm.
Bracken Ward.
Yep.
Gangster.
Gangsta.
Is
Bracken
Bracken Ward.
Gangster?
Bracken Ward's Gangster.
.com.
Yeah. He let me be his friend on Instagram today.
Dang.
I hope you know about that. And we're friends on Instagrams now.
Well, you know your Insty's gonna blow up.
Maybe someday. I realized I looked at it the other day. I have like 600 Instagram posts or something like that. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Whoa, I got a bunch of stuff up on here.
I done take the pictures and I post them.
I don't take pictures up on mountains of like flowers and bees and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I do have a lot. There's a lot at the top here. Hold on, let me run through them real quick because I don't have my Patreon video here.
Sure.
Let's run through
it,
the top
it,
of the list,
run it.
right? Starting at the top, we got the Fishy Mailman, Eric Gone Mad, Steven Scoglin, Barbara Jackson, Cute Nicks, Bracken Ward, Vince Grippa, long time Long time, first time. Tim Lewis, long time, first time. Mike Faulkner, there he is. Stephen Innes, Priscilla MK, the Aquarium Co-op, whoever the dingleberries
By the way,
are.
the reason I knew Michael Faulkner is very active in chat and in social media.
Yeah, he's in
so
my
when we
chat,
say
he's in
like
your chat.
you want to know how to give back, social media and that kind of stuff too, because it really is prevalent. So
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be only monetary. Like in my mind, he was like, "Oh man, he's way up there."
Yeah.
So yeah,
Kevin Keener, Long Wu, Kieran Egan, Joel Gillett, Iris Booth, Mary Beth Mabe, Hoffles, Manny Corolio, Daniel Squires, Pamela Earlywine, Tesla Stuff, James Hirsch, Jesse Stenner, Ashton Fitzgerald, Wyatt Ward, Schwishky Vision, wherever that guy went. Where did he go? I don't know. Karen Halbert, Juan
probably
M.
doing crafts
Ruiz,
with
Doug
my
of the
wife.
North, Miguel Cam. The list is getting super long, you guys, and I'm not trying to like leave out on any. Oh, we lost somebody today. Somebody got mad. We gave away stuff, and somebody got mad and went away. Because I was gonna say we're 2 away from 250, even though our goal was like to get higher up. We lost somebody today.
hey man,
It's got a little fish avatar.
you never
on
know what's
there.
going on in someone else's life.
I hope it's
We'll
okay.
get there.
Well, I worry about it. I worry about it when I lose patronizers because I'm like, oh no, did they like lose their job? Did they like something bad happen? I'm always wondering.
Don't know.
So if you do go away, just remember fill out the little exit survey.
Reach out. Yeah.
And you know,
Is this gonna be a 2-hour? Oh, faux show. We're already in the second hour.
we're already in the second hour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're here at the right time, Jeff H.
We just
Don't
did our
you
we just
worry.
did our giveaway. Now we're 3 away from 250, and I'm falling behind Corey with every passing day. I understand.
It's my good looks.
It's okay.
I got a
Yeah.
haircut. My Patreon game is on point today. I'm gonna have Jimmy do a photo shoot.
snapping
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
shots.
Yeah, you know.
We
That's how
gave
we
away
do.
some stuff. I'll shoot out some emails and let you guys know what's going on. Some of the stuff that is coming in the mail. What do we got? Catappa leaves,
A 10-pack of Catappa leaves.
10-pack,
Shrimp cuisine.
shrimp cuisine,
A piece of choya wood.
choya wood,
Yes. A miniature sponge filter.
miniature sponge filter,
A sticker.
sticker,
This magnet.
a fridge magnet from
Yep.
the coop,
Stickers.
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 Oh man, stickers.
There might be more stuff, but yeah, there might be one more thing, but I can't remember. And I
It's
don't
a
want to say another
box full
thing.
of stuff. I'll definitely make a video of
It's
it when
everything that I could fit in a box that left room for what Joel's putting in the box.
I'm right.
So
I will be sending out some Sakura shrimp from my tank if y'all can take them.
yeah.
Hopefully, if y'all can take them.
If not, we'll figure
If not,
something out.
we'll figure something else out.
Yep.
I'll be sending some shrimp from my tank. You know,
Yeah.
so let's say here's one of the problems. Like maybe you're in France or something, and it's like, well, I can't send
Yeah,
them
that
over
becomes
the mount, over the ocean.
We
Sometimes
could
that's
do
a
more
problem.
dry goods though.
Or
we could load up
maybe-
at like a hat. If you have like an aquarium co-op hat in France, you is a gangsta.
Gangsta.
Yeah.
So that's all that. So they're going to be live shrimp coming and stuff like that. So if you can't handle that, we'll make up for it.
That's
We
kind of
will-
why I had the sponge filter. Like a lot. Hopefully, we'll send out a lot of things you may need if you didn't have a shrimp tank yet. But hopefully you have at least a fish tank and you could move over some bacteria.
Yeah, hopefully y'all can take them. If you can't, we'll make it work. We'll make it figure out. And but we're gonna be sending some live. I'm sending my shrimp. It's not Corey. I'm sending my shrimp
Right.
out as the
Because everyone's going
as
to be like, I
surprises.
heard Corey's sending out shrimp. He's sending fish. Yeah, I knew it. He's going to crack. He's doing it. Like, no.
No, it's actually me shipping those out. Yeah, so it's a bunch of cool stuff in a box. I'll make a little video when I'm
Can you make
when
that
I'm
parody of like,
boxing
what's
them up.
in the box, man?
Yeah, what's in the box? It's Gwyneth Paltrow's head.
Yes.
Wait, what? No. There won't be a Gwyneth Paltrow's head in your box.
Unless we find one at the Goodwill.
Wait, what?
Unless we find one at the Goodwill.
Unless we find one at Goodwill, yeah.
If we do, then, hey, expect it.
Or Velu Village. Velu Village counts
That's what
too.
we should do. We should go to the Goodwill and just find crazy stuff, and that's what we send out. Like, so that way you're like,
Yeah.
it's going to be the weirdest box you've ever opened. You may or may not want other people that you associate with in
Right.
the room. I want to send out a box of snakes one time, like not live snakes, like jump out of the box snakes.
Right.
But like we have to send like 70 of them first, and then one random person gets the surprise snakes.
Right. And the
Ooh,
shipping
with
oh,
a game camera.
And speaking
with
of
a game
the,
camera, so that way it triggers, like it films them.
right, films them taking it out. Wow.
And then we get the footage. I'm on it.
And speaking of shipping things to people, I know that some people have asked me over the years for sure. I've gotten a lot of
For
emails
sure.
about people wanting to send me stuff. There's an easy way that you can do that, and that's through the Amazon nonsense that's on Darkstar, all that kind of stuff, Amazon wish list, all that kind of thing. But let's say you made like a piece of art or something and you wanted to send it to me, and people
Yeah.
are like, I don't have a P.O. box anymore. So Corey has been cool enough to go, hey, if you're going to ship something and you want to send it to me and it's appropriate, you can send it to the Aquarium Co-op, care of Joel
Yeah,
on
just
there.
put
You can
attention
just
Joel
put
or
attention
Corvus
Joel
Oskin.
or Corvus
One
or
of my
whatever you want.
employees, just for full disclosure, we get so many packages, they open everything, but they're
Mm-hmm.
going to go, oh, this is not for Corey. We'll set this off to the side. This is for Joel.
Right.
So, just realize that it will be open probably because they,
Yeah.
if you got 40 packages stacked up, you're probably going to go like, oh, here's the one that wasn't meant for us.
Right.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so it'll probably be opened or whatever, not a big deal. But yeah, if somebody really needs to send me something, like maybe you made something or whatever, or maybe you're like a sticker company and you're like,
Yeah.
hey, here's some examples of our stickers or something. Yeah, totally cool. Send that to Aquarium Co-op. Just put care of me on there and care of Joel or Corvus or whatever you want to put on there. And send that kind of stuff out. Luckily, one perfect example of that was Turbofish sent a ton of gummy bears out our way and sent the whole box to the Aquarium Co-op and was like, yeah, this part's for Joel, so give him that part of the bag.
Yep.
So he actually, full disclosure, we sent Jimmy down to go get it.
Yeah.
And, it wasn't on the
he had to
show.
go
He
film
did.
fish
He
anyway,
showed
and-
up with the bag on
Yeah.
the show. I don't think anybody's, tripping.
I don't think anyone denies that you got a bunch of gummy bears.
It was a lot of gummy bears.
Yeah. A lot.
No one's denying it. No, I was saying full disclosure, we sent Jimmy down there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it wasn't you and I that
But he
drove
had to
down
go
there.
film the fish anyway. And it's one of those things that I would have gone with him, but he's like, no, you just stand there. Like, we've only got one camera to shoot this. So.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Vote for Jimmy.
The prizes from me are a surprise. They're actually shrimp out of my aquarium.
Surprise.
So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to ship in those United States Postal Service. I haven't seen Christina or Michael Moncourt in the chat, so I don't know.
Caleb found it yesterday.
You guys blow them up. What's that?
Yeah. Caleb listened to the show after the show yesterday and was
Mm-hmm.
like, really? Like, is this a joke? And I was like, no, man, you actually won.
You won.
Yeah.
You're a winner.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I haven't seen Christina M or Michael Moncourt in the chat. I don't know. Maybe they're busy on a Friday.
They could be at work.
They could
and
be at
then
work.
They'll get like, oh yeah, after work surprises.
Mhm.
All right, weekend's looking up. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, wait.
Lumpy Dog says, a box with a note that says, here's $5,000 cash in $20 bills. Oh, wait, the box was open at the coop and there's no money.
It was a joke.
It was a joke box.
Yeah.
There wasn't actually any
There
money
was a
in there.
note that said,
There's just a
here's all
note.
the money you need for a 1DX Mark II.
Yeah.
But that's all it had in there. There was nothing else. It was weird.
I am saving all my money for that camera.
I know you
I'm
are.
so stressed out about it right now.
Hey, Lumpy Dog, while you're in the chat, am I picking numbers tomorrow? Is that happening tomorrow? I think it's on my calendar. He's doing a giveaway or something like that on his channel. He hit like 200 subscribers.
Lumpy Dog hit 200?
I think so. I think it, and I don't want to downplay because it was like 500 or something. But
Oh.
he bought like a bunch of Aquarium Co-op swag to give out, and I got to pick numbers. And
Oh.
everyone on his video, if they put in they guess a number, and then I pick I think it's, I don't want to oversell it here, but let's say it's 5 at random, and then those people win. So
Oh, cool.
I think I think that's already well underway and all that stuff, and I think I do that tomorrow during the show. So maybe check out
Awesome.
Lumpy Dog and see if that thing's true. He
Right.
can chime in the chat. He's here, so
Right.
my calendar's all the way over there, and I'm not sure if it's this weekend I do that or next weekend I do that. My brain, it lives by the calendar.
Yeah. Oh, and since we just did the giveaway, since we just talked about shipping stuff, since we just talked
Yeah.
about the Patreon a whole bunch, we just talked about all that stuff.
Yeah.
We talked about people subscribing. We talked about these. We talked about that. To those of you out there that I pretty consistently get these messages on a regular basis, hey man, there's no way for me to Patreon. Why don't you? Why isn't there any way for me to contact you or anything like that? There is a way to contact you. If you head over to darkstararts.com, you can grab my email there. It is joel@darkstararts.com. You just send me a regular old-fashioned email. It's free.
Not one of the fancy ones.
I will read it,
Victoria sends.
and I will get back to you.
All right.
So that, well, I mean, it's no guarantee I'll get back to you because sometimes people are like, "Hey, there's no response needed."
Hey,
I've gotten a lot of those emails
What if
that are
there's
like,
like, you stink? And you're
"Hey,
like,
thanks,
oh,
man," and you don't need to send back an email.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Okay," but I even emailed that guy back.
Maybe he was like adamant.
But
like,
some
don't email
people-
me back.
But some people forgot. What? Oh, what happened? Total train wreck in my head right there.
I just
Oh, some people are like, "Man, you haven't got back to me yet." Bear in mind, I'm pretty busy. I don't
14-hour
have,
days in the drywall dust.
I don't have a keyboard here. I don't have a keyboard here to be emailing people.
Yeah.
So I generally have to email people at like 5 o'clock in the morning or like 11 o'clock at night, which means sometimes 11 o'clock at night, I'm like, I'm not emailing them back. I need to go sleep for 5 hours.
Yeah.
And then I mail them like, I'll email them like the letter G and H over and over again, like 40,000 times because my face
Yeah.
is laying on the keyboard. Yeah, it's a good one.
With some periods in there. It's like, ooh, John Hopkins says, I just got a huge 4K TV, and I watched yesterday's RFT show in ultra high def on a huge TV, and was epic.
Oh, awesome.
Joel and Corey in high def and surround sound.
I don't even get to watch our show in 4K.
I just bought a monitor that can do 4K, so we can at least monitor it.
Like, see what's going on.
Jimmy's always saying, you know, like, it's kind of crazy you have me doing 4K stuff. I can't even see it in 4K here. And I'm
Right.
like, yeah, I know.
You got a good point.
They're expensive, though,
You
man.
got a point.
And but we needed some monitors for the new studio and everything. And we're swapping stuff around, and
Mm-hmm.
he'll get one soon. My question is this, John. Is there a big difference? So, like, do us a favor and go watch, like,
Yeah, is there-
Real Fish Talk #1.
Yeah, is there
And
a big,
let me know, is like, oh, God, it looks like you're on a potato phone. Or is it like, oh, yeah, I mean, it's a little better. Or if it's like, whoa, it looks way better. Because I'm not fancy enough to have these giant 4K TVs. So I don't know if it's like, oh, it went from looking, oh, pretty good to, oh, my God, that's cool.
Yeah.
Or is it just like, no, it's pretty much the same. Like, oh, okay. Then, because it's a lot more band. And that being said, we've been thinking about the Real Fish Talk show, streaming it out on Facebook and YouTube at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be a lot easier if we streamed out on 1080 on both. You can technically force a computer to do both of them, but it's like, it's kind of like telling someone to like dig a ditch while they ride a bicycle. You know,
Mhm.
it's gonna be like, oh, it's a train wreck down there. So
Right.
if it's a huge difference, we'll keep doing it. You know, if it's not a big difference, maybe we'll go like, yeah, 1080 all the time. So
Yeah.
plus, I do have another camera over in the other studio that will do 1080 60, which means it'll pick up these karate moves a lot better. It wouldn't be all like blurry.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be getting karates. So
Full on karates.
Full on karate.
Slime Slayer 10 was asking, can I keep a L114 leopard cactus pleco in a 55 gallon? If so, how many? I don't have an answer for this one. I've never kept
I would
them.
do one. And I mean, I guess technically forever, but that thing starts hitting that like 8-inch I want to eat all the meats mark. It might be hard to keep up on waste because they're just, you know, they become, I don't want to say a slaughterhouse, but a lot of meat's coming in and then leaving the exit hole of that pleco. So
Right.
they're a little territorial though. I wouldn't want to have too many long term in the same space. Like temporarily, sure, but if you had like a 240, yeah, get yourself a little herd of them. So, ooh, John Hopkins says big difference. All right, good to know. Good to know.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh man, patronizers dropping like flies. I'm gonna go ahead and close that.
Are
We
you-
did a giveaway. Lots of
is
people
that
dropping
a tier?
off.
Is that a legit tier?
It is.
Well, don't worry. I have faith.
Don't litter out here.
I have faith that if people are leaving, other people will go, you know what? We will prop Joel up. I will give him an extra 50 cents.
50 cents. Damn it.
50 cents to the young man over there.
Lumpy Dog was saying last night to subscribe before the drawing. Okay, so that's a Lumpy Dog drawing.
Oh, it is
you can
the
get-
last night
You
tonight.
can do your last guess, I think, right?
Yeah.
Subscribe.
I think it's each person gets, you pick one number, and I don't know, it might be between 1 and 100 or 1 and a billion, I don't know. I
maybe
plan
you
to I plan to
subscribe.
learn that tonight or tomorrow morning before I have to pick a number,
you
because
hit the subscribe and
Yeah.
then
yeah,
throw
you
a
have to
thing
be a
in there.
subscriber of him, and
Oh,
then that, you know, I'm gonna be verifying that. You better believe that.
Yeah. French fried potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Brennan's Life with a $5 super chat. What is your favorite fish to take pictures of? Mine is 2 African butterfly fish. They make up 90% of my Instagram.
My favorite fish to take a picture of.
My favorite fish to take pictures of, other than betas. Let's just put betas aside because
Yeah.
I have a pretty extensive beta picture collection from taking pictures of betas
Yeah.
for a long time. Love those guys. So let's take betas out of it. Let's take
Do I have to take my favorite out of it too then?
no.
Okay.
So my current favorite, I guess my favorite that I own.
Mm-hmm.
So my favorite that I own would be those Gardneri, the Gardneri Achilles.
Yeah, they're on point.
They're on point. They have every color on them.
Look at
They're
me.
a freaking rainbow.
Look at me. I made your potato phone look amazing. I'm that colorful.
Yeah, I'm
Look
just
at this.
hey, what
Oh,
up, bro?
I'm in focus all the time.
Why is he just always in focus?
Yeah. My favorite, I can't get enough of taking pictures about Mabu puffers because they always look cool. And every time I take a picture, I see little details I didn't know about them before. Like, oh man, is that like a mole on that one? Like, the pattern's a little different. Even Jimmy the other day was looking at Ladybird like eye to eye. And he's like, what are these little nostril thingies? You know, the sensory pores. He'd never seen them before. And they're just full of like detailed characteristics. So
Ooh, the puffer.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
Ladybird.
fun.
And,
I got a
and-
really
and
good
Hank-
shot.
or Murphy.
I got a really good shot of Ladybird. I put that up on the
Yeah.
Instagrams.
That's what I'm saying. Like anyone that can take a picture of Ladybird or Murphy, they always just come out looking good because they're just so photogenic. If you're like, he's freaking smiling at me.
Hey man,
Oh man,
that's not what it is, man.
Oh, I mean,
Skills.
your skills
Skills
came
with
into
Z.
play. Usually, most people it just comes out looking like a, you know, like a brown blob, but somehow his skills turned it into a usable picture.
That's right.
Yeah.
Darn right.
Yes.
Let's see here. Oh, Frank Dominguez has showed up. What's up, man? What's going on, Frank? 1080 60 frames almost looks 3D. It's cool.
Yeah, because it's so fluid.
Yeah, it's super fluid.
Yeah.
Like I broadcast in 1080 60 frames. 60 frame at 1080.
Can the Brios do it?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
1080p 60 frames a second.
All right, because I think the C922 this is all nerd talk, but
They
it like
can't.
specialized in doing it. The 922, the
Oh, the
920,
922. Yeah.
the 920 does 30 frames. The 922, the successor to that, also has built-in green chroma key, like natively, which is kinda cool.
like the Brio.
Yeah.
But the Brio does it better.
I don't know. I don't use green screen, so
Yeah, I don't use it anymore. I used to.
I'm all about like I want it
I
to be
don't like-
like
I don't like
hey man,
looking
it
like
looks like this thing sucks, and be like that's because it does, instead of like oh let me Jimmy digitize that better, you know.
Right.
I like it to be you're here,
Oh
you
yeah.
see.
Well, that's the thing.
You
I
see
don't.
the
I don't like
stain on
to.
my
I don't.
shirt.
I don't like to look like a gamer when I'm live streaming. You know what I mean?
Oh, I do.
You do?
That's why I'm gonna get the PewDiePie
No, I mean
chair.
I'm saying I don't like to look like a gamer. Not that it's a negative
Yeah.
thing.
No,
it's
I
that
do.
Oh, you
that's,
do?
why that's why I'm getting
What?
the PewDiePie chair.
Well, then get a green screen, then, guy,
Maybe I will.
and superimpose yourself over.
How weird would it be if we only green screened me and it was always something crazy going on?
like some kind of nonsensical chaos in the
Yeah.
background. Yeah,
Just always something crazy.
that'd be pretty good.
Wait, what if we only made green screens, right? We looped like 10-minute videos of us like stalking each other or like a spider moving in on us. Like we just keep doing all these creepy things,
That'd be all right.
you know, because we'd be oblivious to it. Just be like a horribly god-awful green color, like, oh God, oh.
Sean Nebula is asking at Corvus, can you tell what quality viewers are watching content? Yes, you can.
Oh yeah, like
There's
what? Yeah.
full analytics to watch and see how people are
For sure.
viewing your content. So if for instance, like if you were doing a YouTube channel and everybody was watching on all of your stuff on their cell phone,
Yep.
then there's not really a huge issue to be like, I better shoot in 4K because no one can watch it on their cell
That's
phone.
why
really.
most people don't do anything higher than that yet, because
Mhm.
most people, well, at least my demographics and most people I talk to, the biggest demographic is your cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most viewers.
Right.
So, and even if, so then you go, well, a lot of people watch on their desktops. Most people's desktops are actually like 720p. Like
Right.
they're not even
They're
getting
not
the
even
benefit
not
of
even
1080.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that being said, I mean, all of it looks better. And of course, like, what if you were in 10K? Wouldn't that look better? Like, well, yes, but it also took 6 months to render out the video. You know, so there's that whole workflow issue.
Hmm.
And filming it, you know,
Okay.
crazy.
We've got 2 here real quick. I'm going to run through one, and then we're going to go to the super chat here.
All right.
Kayuhaga Aquatics was asking, thanks for answering earlier. Would you wait for the new Fluval lights or go with the Fresh and Plant 2.0 still for the fish room planted tanks? I'm going with the Fluval Fresh and Plant 2.0. As you guys notice, I'm converting all of my tanks to that light. It's
Yeah.
the best light I've used. It's the best light for the price point. All my tanks are running it now. Even Vicky's tank. There'll be a video coming out
Yeah.
soon where Vicky and I throw that thing around, test it like a lightsaber. Probably something will catch on fire. I don't know. But Vicky's tank is even getting swapped over to that. Even though we're still looking for an acrylic 120 to go in that spot. We're still looking for it.
On the hunt.
Who cares? Because, you know, she
Either way,
wants
same
good
light.
lights. It would be the same light. So that's what's up with that. I would just recommend to go that route. I don't know when their newer light is going to come out. So, you know, if it's 9 months from now, do you want to sit around and wait 9 months for a light to come out while you have
Plus,
crappy
there's a lot
old
of things
lights?
we don't know. Is it the same waterproof? Is
Yeah,
it
we
the
don't know.
same warranty? Is the the spectrum is different, so it's a different spectrum. Do you want a different spectrum? There's
Yeah.
a lot of things that are different about the light. I personally would go with the current light.
Mm-hmm.
Not as in current USA, but like the Fluval 2.0.
Right.
And it's my OCD is killing me at the moment. So everyone's going, well, my phone, I can watch 4K. Yeah, but if you're using the YouTube app, you're actually limited to not watching 4K.
Mhm.
And then on top of that, most people are watching on a mobile connection, which actually limits them down to 720 most times.
Mhm.
And then on top of that, very few people on their mobile phone, and 5 of you may be in this chat right now, they're like, no, I open it up manually in a browser and make sure I watch 4K on a dedicated Wi-Fi signal. Yes, but when I look at the millions of views I get every month, that fraction, we're talking like fractions of 1% of the populace. So
It's tiny.
it is. We are moving there, though.
Yeah.
4K TVs never been cheaper. More phones having 4K capability never been more than right now. So
Right.
in a year or two, yeah, you're going to be going, yeah, lots of people are doing it, but we're a little bit ahead of the curve at the moment.
Yeah, it's one of those things, like, I don't even think any mobile network will allow you to stream in 4K at all.
I think it
Like the network itself. It's not the phone. It's not any of that
yeah,
stuff.
they
like
might
the
be
network,
throttling that, just going, hey, we don't want to give you that much
you're
data.
using too much. Yeah.
Mostly because like 1080 is fine.
Right.
Yeah,
You know, so I don't even think there's a mobile network out there because there's a lot of people that are asking about their phone if they have 4K or anything like that right now in the chat. To be really honest with you, it would be super weird to see somebody on a mobile network that was doing that because you have most of them won't even allow you to pull that much down. So you'd have to be on Wi-Fi somewhere. You'd have to be on Wi-Fi like, and when I say
And reliable
you have to be
Wi-Fi.
on reliable, good Wi-Fi, like my Wi-Fi at my house, even on my gig, right? On my gig, my download and upload speed is 1 gig, which more like 800 megs, which is super fast. That's insanely fast, first of all. But the Wi-Fi network can't handle that. It only handles like 90 megs a second or something like that, which technically you could get 4K down it, but it's not going to allow you to just take the whole Wi-Fi network over so that I could watch a video, you know. So it's kind of interesting, but you know, everybody's headed that way, and that's the way that it's going to go at some point in time. But you know, just waiting for technology to catch up, and if we can, you know, be filming in 4K and doing all that kind of stuff, that's what we're doing. And you know, like we said earlier, my you know, my goal is to get a new camera, and that's what I'm saving all my money for. And I don't even think I'm going to be getting a 4K camera because I'm going to be shooting 1080p full frame at 120 frames a second is what my goal is. Because the 4K is just not necessarily usable for what I do, you know. So, well, you know, I don't know.
We put out a mix of content depending on
maybe
what
someday
video
I'll
we're
get a
shooting.
red camera and shoot in 8K and just skip 4K altogether.
Right.
And just go over to 8K. Like what? But Ernest Borgnino.
Isn't that the word of the day?
Borgnino. Hermes.
That's almost the word of the day.
Borgnino. Bro didn't know game name. I don't know how to say that word. Any advice for caring for an L201 Snowball?
Mm-hmm. Keep
What
it
you got?
hot. Keep it hot, like
Hot.
82,
82.
and give them the meats.
Oh, the Snowballs, L201s are meat eaters.
Mostly carnivores. I mean, they'll snack on a little bit of veggie and wood, but mostly a meatitarian.
Meatitarian?
Yeah.
Are they just like, they're just down there doing their scavenging around for whatever leftover dead meats and
And
stuff
they like
like
to be
that?
a little bit warmer. And but I mean that's also the reason why like algae wafers by Hikari, the first ingredient is meat, because most plecos are like, yeah, we need the proteins, bro. And then they go, oh yeah, we'll take some veggies too and some other stuff, but we really want those proteins. They taste good, and I like them. So yeah, I would keep them warm, keep them at that. I like 82. You can go to like 85, but I like 82 because that lets you mix in a lot of other fish. And then I would feed them like probably Rapashi or frozen bloodworms or what else would I do? Maybe some like Sarah catfish chips or something.
Right.
So
Yeah. Dan Squires has a good point here, but I do have a retort to that.
all right,
Dan Squires says it's the content more than the quality. Right.
content more than a call. Okay.
Which I agree with.
yes.
That it's not I don't disagree with that. But as a creator, as somebody who makes videos and stuff like that, I will tell you, if you're shooting videos on a potato, it is really difficult to get excited about making videos, about shooting stuff, because when it comes time to edit and you have to stare at crappy video for hours on end while you edit, like just blown out, overexposed, terrible definition,
You're fixing all
shots
the
missed,
mistakes.
shots missed because you're working with a crop sensor that's so small off of something like a cell phone or something.
Yeah.
You missed all the stuff that happened over here. It is terrifying and disappointing, and it's really difficult to get excited for. You know, one of my old cameras that I used to shoot on an iPod, believe it or not. That's what I started on.
Gangster.
I started on an iPod.
I started on what was it, the Transformer 2 flip phone where it like slid
Oh, there
up.
you go. There you go.
That was my first
Nice.
video. Yeah, Transformer 2.
I started out on an iPod because that was the only camera I had
Nice.
at the time. And I will tell you this, it's mind-bending, like trying to work with that stuff. Up for a long time, people always wondered why I was constantly doing I would do the single shot, where I would just basically walk around and I would talk behind the camera and just like point at things and show people like what I was working on and those kinds of things. It really became like, it became tiring. It became like not a lot of fun to like create anything because A, I didn't have any tools to make anything, and B, when I did make something, I would like rewatch it and just go like, wow, this is garbage. Like,
Yeah. It's demoralizing.
it's demoralizing. It doesn't feel good. You know, I know a lot of people were concerned about like me getting burnt out because I was commuting up here. We're working on this. We're making videos. We're doing shows. We're doing all this stuff. And the big thing with that is that it's super easy to get burnt out when you're putting out a terrible product. You know what I mean? It's like if you're working at Taco Bell, right? You're like, I don't want to make a 7-layer burrito anymore. I've made 9 million of these and they're awful, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you're working at the Space Needle restaurant downtown and you only work and you're only making 5-star meals for people and the menu changes every other night, and you're engaged and you're interested and you're working on the menu and all that kind of stuff, that's similar to like being somebody who's making films or making stuff on YouTube, is that, you know, you just lose all your creative juices if all you have is beans and you put them on a tortilla and then throw it at somebody in a Toyota Camry who just drives off.
That's the reason I'm so stoked to have 3 different filming spaces. We've got different camera shots. We're gonna have different microphones, and it's like all of a sudden it's like, wait, we have a stovetop, and now we have a wok, and now we have like a deep fryer. We can do like things now. We can do different things, not just the same way cooking the chicken each time. And I think that's what a lot of people, and I try not to talk about this, but like I'm over 650 videos, and it takes a little bit to be like, all right, let's go film another video, unless it's some topic where I'm like, wow, that seems super cool, or I'm at someone else's fish room and I'm really having fun. But if it's like, do a night crew review, like, oh, I mean, you guys do want the information, I do want to make it for you, but let me get something out of it. Like, let's try a new camera, let's try a new angle, let's try something new that will exercise our brain. And that's where we get the fun of, like, let's see if we can do this better than we've ever done it. And we're way more likely to do that than just like, oh no, could you just crank out like 40 of the same video? Like, ugh. I mean, we can, but why? So
Yeah, it's really one of those things. Like, I've even gotten some messages and emails from people recently that were like, I don't even understand why you need another camera, blah blah blah. Like, one of the big things is like, so the SL1, that's the camera I used for a long time. That Canon SL1, great little camera. But we're at the point now where it shoots HD like 1080i.
Oh, so it's only interlaced? Yeah.
And 30 frames a second. So even if I want to shoot like B-roll stuff with it, it's just like
the workflow is going to be terrible.
The workflow is insane because
it's interlaced.
It wants to downgrade everything, and it's trying to transition between everything. So it's kind of problematic. But my ADD, every camera that I've ever bought, other than the M2, was me scraping all the money I got together, put all my money into that, and do that. And right now I'm kind of in a position where if I get another camera, that's like, because I'm looking to get into full frame, that's really where I want to be at. I can use the 1080 for a ton of stuff that I'm kind of freaked out to use it right now because it's my main camera. It's all I got.
If you were to lose it, you lose your life.
If I lose it, if it's broken, like I don't, like, oh crap, I wouldn't even know what to do because I don't know. I'd figure it out, but I'd be hurting.
Yeah.
I'd be hurting pretty hard. So, that's really one of those things that, like, if I do get upgrade my camera to a full frame or something like that, I can use the full frame for the interesting stuff in the fact that of a lot of stuff that I want to shoot, but I could also use the ADD for like crazy stuff like, what's this cliff over here? Like, let's lower it down on a rope and see what's down there, that kind of crazy stuff. So, but that's the goal. That's what's going on. And it does kind of get a little crazy, but I want to get to the Patreon community questions, which are over there on my phone. So I'm going to grab them real quick, and Corey's going to tell you about something.
Supercharged. What am I going to tell you about? Tomorrow I got a live stream. It's a Q&A, so if you got fish questions, I'll be doing that. We do it for an hour. Lumpy Dogs giveaway will be going on over there. Next week, we got a real humdinger of a week because we got Rob from Flip Aquatics coming in. We got Tazawa's Tanks coming in. We got Studio Build going on. And it's going to be, pretty much a roundhouse kick to the face, if you know what I mean. And then after that, that's what I'm excited for. I'm excited for a week from, like, today. Wait, a week from today? A little more than a week from today when it settles back down to, like, Joel can do his shows from home. Then we can do the extra clips and stuff for Real Fish Talk here. And we can get a real workflow, a consistent workflow that doesn't change every week. Because right now, you can't plan anything because it's like, oh, well, that thing doesn't work yet. We ran into a snafu over there and then over here. And, oh, jeepers. Dang it. Okay, let's just move on. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Oh, gee. Yeah. We'll fight through it. We'll fight through it.
So we got some. Oh, where did this go? Where'd this thing go? Oh, there it is. Hold on.
Wait for
and
it.
We'll start over here at Sarah's Little Fish was asking a question. Was, would you be able to go over using carbon to clean the water? I'm confused about it. How is it best used? When you were talking about saltwater people using it, it sounded like was a bag of media, but I thought it was a fine sponge.
Okay. I mean, kind of. So it can filter out very fine particles. Like, activated carbon can. Not all carbon, but
Not all
activated carbon
activated carbon. Yeah.
can do that because of the way it's processed. I think they have to. I think they essentially bake or fire it 5 different temperatures, and each temperature gets rid of another set of minerals and stuff like that out of it. I know it has a 5-stage cleaning process, and that's why we don't recharge carbon, because it's too intensive to recharge it. But yeah, so carbon absorbs like anything, pretty much anything organic. That's why you can use it like in your car and it would absorb smells. You could use it in your fish tank, it would absorb smells, but then also like, urea or, ammonia and nitrite, and you can get into a little bit of trouble with that. Like if you had in fresh water, for instance, if it absorbs a bunch of ammonia and then you put salt in the water, the salt makes the carbon release it again. So that can be a little dangerous. But yes, carbon is meant to take impurities out of water, whether they're a physical impurity or a chemical impurity. Now, that's both good and bad. Like, let's say you use API stress coat, and you're using that for your dechlorinator. We put it in, it dechlorinates the water, but that also has aloe vera in it that's good for the fish. Well, unfortunately, carbon doesn't discern what we think is good and bad. It just goes, nope, need to absorb that. So if you're using carbon and API stress coat, you're battling yourself. And the same thing can be said with fertilizers. If you're fertilizing your aquarium and it's being absorbed by the carbon, then that can be a problem as well. So it's really good at taking things out of water. Just make sure there's only things in that water you want to take out, like medicines. Let's say if we were going to paint this studio right here, if we were going to paint this, I would load up the 800 gallon with a bunch of carbon just for all the vapors and stuff like that could potentially get into the water. I would use it for that. But I wouldn't just use it all the time myself, because I feel like I can just change more water. But I am using, I guess I'm reading that now. I wonder if Corey's reading this. But I do use carbon block to filter out all the chlorine for the auto water changes we're doing. So I do use some carbon in that capacity. And I do know that Gary Lang has done the same thing. He has a tank where he raises some fry and hatches some eggs, and he has to do water changes, but he only uses a hang-on back filled with carbon to pour the chlorine to pull the chlorine out, because he was able to find out from another person in Europe that like prime, the chemicals in prime foul that specific rainbow fish's eggs.
Right, that's right. Yeah.
So, it'll take everything out, but it doesn't, it's kind of like, you got this thing that will go in your house. It'll clean it. I mean, it'll take out all of your walls, your carpet, everything. There's nothing left. It got rid of whatever was on the floor, but there's no floor left. That's kind of the problem, is everything goes with it. So, yeah, I think I answered that question.
Yeah.
Kind of what does it do?
It's pretty good. What does it do? How to use it?
Yeah.
She was saying, how do you use it?
I think
I
use it
bag mine. I buy mine in bulk, and then I bag it up in little mesh bags.
Oh, see, I almost always use the impregnated sponge.
Yeah,
so it comes
she was
in the
saying
sheets.
that's what it was part of the question. Was
Yeah.
like I thought it only came in sponges. I mean, I buy mine in bulk or the little bags.
So you can get it in a couple of forms. It can come in that impregnated sponge. That's my favorite. It comes in crushed activated carbon.
Mm-hmm.
That's my least favorite.
That's your least favorite?
My least.
Mm-hmm.
The next one, I like the pelletized activated carbon because it's all mostly uniform.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also like carbon that is typically been cleaned before I buy it. So you're not like paying for all the carbon dust that you got to really rinse out. Like, yeah, I know you can rinse it, but you're paying for it, and there's a little bit of it. How long does carbon last? That's a good question. It's based on how much it absorbs. I've read studies that in like a typical freshwater aquarium where they just like dunked it into your average home hobbyist, it lasted like 24 hours before it was done. But maybe on like a reef tank that's already running like super clean, maybe you get 2 weeks or a month or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but I just know when they were just like, let's drop this into random hobbyist aquarium, and then they could like test it and put it under the microscope. They're like, yeah, 24 hours. And that's when I really lost faith in carbon, when I was like, dang, here we replace it once a month and we're utilizing it in 24 hours.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like on my reef is really the only place where I use carbon all that often. And I only let it run for 3 days and then I take it out.
Mm-hmm.
But mine runs in a reactor. So I actually buy
Right.
the activized pellet stuff.
Okay.
Which works pretty well. I mean, it works really well to just keep any of the impurities out of the water column. It's really not going to like treat anything. You know, it's just helping get the impurities out of there, any obstructions to the light and that kind of stuff, and clear it up a little bit.
So John Zim says, I think you can easily recharge it in the oven. I actually don't believe that's true. I believe it's something
Carbon?
like 1,500 degrees is one of the temperatures you have to be doing.
Yeah, I would never even bother to try that. I mean, considering I get a big jar of it for like $9 or something, I wouldn't worry.
I know that
It
couple
would
of
cost
things.
it would cost more in electricity.
Yes,
Then-
for sure. The studies show if you could do it, which I don't think you can, but if you could do it, it costs you more in energy than just buying carbon.
Right, that's what I mean.
So it's not a cost thing, but in terms of, let's say you want to save packaging in the planet,
hey,
even that was a
you
problem.
got it.
All right,
Order some new stuff. We're on to the next one.
All
We
right.
only got 5 minutes left. We're trying to fit them in here.
fit it in.
Woo! Elizabeth Rogers. How much does Easy Green affect nitrates?
Mm-hmm.
Has anyone ever quantitated it? I would guess if you're the guy that's making it, you'd be the guy to really ask this question, right?
Yes. So, part of the problem is I haven't run the test on just like a 5-gallon bucket
Mm-hmm.
because that's not a real life scenario. But I have definitely tested it a lot in aquariums. So part of the problem is people always go like, well, when I put 1 squirt in, how many nitrates is that? Like, well, how big is the aquarium? Because it's parts per million, you know. So 1 squirt in a 10-gallon versus 1 squirt in a 100-gallon, the 100-gallon is going to be 10 times diluted to the 10-gallon. Then you've got the whole problem of, well, you probably already have some residual nitrates. You might not be able to pull them up on your test kit, but let's say your nitrates is 2. And then you put in a pump of Easy Green into your 10-gallon, and now it says you have 20 nitrates. The reality might be it has 12. So you get this, you know, our current testing and stuff like that, you get this range. And yes, so definitely Easy Green is heavy in nitrogen, purposely so, because that is the main macronutrient that a plant wants. I mean, it wants some other ones too, and it's heavy in that also. But this happens to be the easiest macronutrient that pretty much every aquarist owns a test kit for. And so I base the development on, if you can test for nitrates, we can make a reasonable leap in logic that if you had, let's say, 20 parts per million nitrate, and the source was all from Easy Green, you also are going to have good levels of potassium and phosphates and iron and things like that. And so, yes, if you put a bunch of Easy Green into the water, you will have a bunch of nitrates. I personally, in my aquariums, try to always run somewhere between 10 and 40 parts per million. Now, if I hit 40 parts per million, that's oh man, I really need to be changing some water. Now, if I was at 10, I was like, ooh, I better watch this. If I go too much lower, my plants are going to start starving, and they'll start restructuring their cells to take something else in besides nitrate. Then they get stuck in this yo-yo cycle. So I like to be somewhere between 10 and 40. And so a lot of people, they always want to run at 0 and then start running a Planet Tank, and they get all weirded out by it. If I'm sitting at 20 parts per million nitrate and my plants look amazing and my fish look amazing, they're probably amazing.
Right.
So that's how I would do that. And yeah. So yeah, Rod says 1 squirt per 10 gallons is 2.3 ppm NO3 if my calculations are correct. That may be correct. The problem is typically test kits only show 0 or 10.
Right.
So then you'd be like, oh, well, 3 squirts will show 10, and then probably 5 or 6 squirts will also still show
Will
10.
also still show 10.
So
yeah.
that's why it's that real life scenario I focused on talking, because if you get real weird about it, and then even then in a 10-gallon scenario, well, how much rocks do you have and gravel, and how much are you displacing? And then it gets weird. So it's easier to focus on we test, we adjust, we test. So
Yeah.
I hope that helps.
Always adjust and retest.
Yes.
I try to keep mine around 20 parts per million is where I want to be at.
So you're in the same zone. I definitely worry at 10. If I'm sitting at 20, I'm a happy man.
Yeah. All right. Last question from Patreon, and coming up on our last 2 minutes of the show on a Friday.
Yeah.
You're not going to see us back until Monday, except for that guy when he goes on to the Aquarium Co-op tomorrow, the big channel with this fast chat, right? This is from Alan. It says, hi, I got a question regarding breeding Autocinculus. I have been trying to find good information on how to breed them and could not find anything useful, and gave up until you, Joel, that's me, mentioned in one of your or Real Fish Talk videos that you bred them a couple of times. Can you share how you did that? I have not seen any breeding behavior in mine yet. This is a pretty simple answer that actually Corey and I were talking about earlier. But some of the comments here led to some of the questioning, but where we'll talk about here in just a second but Corey and I said, what's the setup? Well, you want to make sure that there aren't predators in there, they aren't being harassed, and your water quality is pretty clean, and they are well fed. That's going to be the main thing, just to set up a breeding tank for just about anything. So same kind of setup there. Now, to spawn their breeding is a little bit different than most fish. You do want to do large water changes and bring that back up. But the biggest problem that we encounter most times with autocinkless is, guess what? When you buy them at the store, oftentimes they are really, really weak from being captured, being
I've written
shipped.
articles about that, yeah.
And oftentimes the way that they ship them is, and what people often refer to as and I'm going to put air quotes around this, they poison the water. But essentially what they do is they add, I forget what it is. It's some kind of essential oil that they add to the water. It's an essential oil that sort of messes with the autocinkless a little bit, kind of weakens them and charges them to go from the river into the estuary and just kind of sit and wait. And that allows the fishermen to harvest them. And obviously this isn't optimal because the research that's been done to it implies that, or has implied that the reason why autocinkless have such weak kidney function is from this. So more often than not, you get a bunch of autocinkless from the store, you bring them home, 2 weeks later, they're all dead. Or like you bought 20 and now you've got 5. And you're like, whoa. And then you're struggling to keep the 5 alive. So that's really one of those things. They are a difficult fish to kind of get through that transition. Once you do, you're going to generally be okay. So when you do get autocinkless and bring them home from the store, you really need to pay attention to them a lot in the first couple of weeks. So hopefully get them
all
past
about food.
That position. Yeah, you make sure that
Really
you're feeding
hard.
them.
We focus
make sure
on a lot.
that you're providing them with really good clean water. One of the reasons that they have a sucker mouth is because it's going to come from a fast-flowing river. So they're not going to be in high ammonia. They're not going to be in high nitrates. They're not going to have any of that stuff going on. So if you're able to get them in that situation, the large water changes will trigger them to go into spawning behavior, and if there aren't any predators in the fish, you will start seeing baby autocinkless. It is not the easiest fish in the world to breed.
Because even a snail is a predator to those eggs.
Right. So keep that very...
Scuds,
You have to be very patient to be getting autocinkless and having tank
even
raised.
a hang-on back filter, even if it's got a sponge intake, that is a predator to those babies. Like, it's got to be... it's kind of one of those odd things. Like, but you said they want really fast flow. They do. But you said all the fry are going to get sucked up into a hang-on back. They are.
Yeah.
Then it's like, oh, that's why it makes it pretty difficult.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm
It's
starting
a
to see
difficult
why
fish.
this is not the easiest thing to pull off.
It's a difficult fish to breed, but it is not impossible. I would just say stick
done.
with it. Keep your water quality good. Keep them fed. As long as you're keeping them fed, you got a good chance of making sure that things are going to work out well.
Yeah.
But we are at the end of the show. It is Friday. I want to say thank you for everybody for hitting the like button, hitting that subscribe button, going to Patreon and patronizing. I know some people dropped off today maybe because we gave away prizes.
Robidoux
I
said
don't know.
she upped her pledge to help make up for that.
Yeah, I was about to say
Oh, my
thank you very
bad.
much to some new patronizers that came in and some people up their
always ruining it.
patronization. Thank you very much. Like Kyle Paith, Catherine Ann Robidoux, Addison Nishijima, who is Sky Astara. It's confusing. But John Hopkins, brand new, and a few other people. Thank you very much for making it up. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep rocking and rolling. We're going to keep doing what we're doing. So everybody hits the like button. Everybody logs out of here. You got a good 5 minutes. Run over to Twitter, blast it out. Throw it out on Facebook. Throw it out on whatever media platform you like to use, whether it be Snapchat, America Online, maybe MySpace. I don't know.
I'm all about the dig.
You like using Dig? Smart.
I've actually never used it.
I don't know. Blow it out there to any kind of people that might enjoy a 2-hour conversation about a bunch of nonsense, a little bit of a giveaway, and having a good time.
Yeah.
I want to say thanks to all the super chatters today. I don't have the list here in front of me, but you know who you are, and we talked about you during the show. Thank you very much, you guys. Your contributions going to realistically going into buying a new camera. unless Bill Gates shows up or some guy like that. Oh, maybe Jeff Bezos can do it because
Seems likely.
maybe Jeff Bezos. I mean, apparently he's the richest man in the world. He's got 110 billion dollars at this
that
point.
all?
That's it. But that's enough to just
What's
He donated 33 million
L-
to Dreamers.
What's
The
Dreamers?
craziest
What are you
part-
doing? What happened? Damn
I-
you, Jimmy!
I remember the craziest part is, I swear, like 10, 12 years ago, I remember when like Bill Gates was like one of the richest, and they're like, he's got 6.1 billion.
All right.
111 billion is a lot more than 6.1 billion. So
Mhm.
the wealth thing has climbed quite a bit.
Yeah.
That's my end chat.
And not to ostracize fireworks out there. Just remember, fireworks. Be super careful if you're going to be doing
not the
fireworks.
fireworks' fault.
Bring your parents.
It's the
Bring your
owner's
parents.
fault.
Bring your grandparents. Bring all the parents. Bring anybody who's responsible. Bring the principal. Bring the vice principal. Bring the librarian. Bring anybody who knows
Parking
anything
lot
about
attendant.
anything. Bring 16, 17, 18 firemen. Bring them all down. Have everybody come out if you're going to be lighting off fireworks on the 12th of January, which is a little bit weird to be doing that. But thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. John Zim asked, will I ever upload this as a podcast? Yes, hopefully someday. I need an assistant that can help do that. Thank you very much, everybody. Later.